register sa Gigamania! Ready na ba kayo sa Grand Raffle Prizes ng Gigamania?
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Gigamania! Ready na ba kayo sa Grand Raffle Prizes ng Gigamania?
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Gigamania! Ready na ba kayo sa Grand Raffle Prizes ng Gigamania?
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Gigamania! Ready na ba kayo sa Grand Raffle Prizes ng Gigamania?
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Gigamania! Ready na ba kayo sa Grand Raffle Prizes ng Gigamania?
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Gigamania! Ready na ba kayo sa Grand Raffle Prizes ng Gigamania?
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Gigamania! Ready na ba kayo sa Grand Raffle Prizes ng Gigamania?
Welcome back sa SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection powered by Smart. Kami ang magiging casters para sa unang series between RSG Philippines and NEXPLAY EVOS for the lower bracket finals. Ang pangalan ko ay Theo Owomi Ignacio at kasama ko dito si Renmar, Reptar Santa Cruz. Kamusta man ang gabi mo after that 5-game series from NXPE in Onyx Philippines?
Well, nakakapagod kasi ginagawa ko ang sarili kong stats. So, umabot ng 5 games yung last series pero worth it talaga kasi ang lupit ng action nakita natin kahapon. At ngayon, dahil huling araw na ng 2022 National Team Selection, sigurado ako yung action ngayon ay ibang level kasi of course, at the end of the day, we'll find out kung sino madadagdag sa National Team Selection pool. But, first match of the day, it's gonna be the lower bracket finals, NXPE RSG. Isipin mo to, all of this wouldn't have been possible without Peso.
Yep, and para sa mga hindi nakakaalam, no, ang PESO o Philippine Esports Organization ay ang National Sports Association para sa esports dito sa Pilipinas. Layunin ng PESO na palakihin at pasiglahin ang esports industry dito sa ating bansa. Sila ay isang non-stock, non-profit organization at binubuo ng mga esports industry big players katulad ng Tier 1, Garayat Concepts, Nestle Global, TNC, Bren Esports at madami pang iba. Suportahan natin ang PESO sa kanilang mga adhikain. Para sa karagdagang impormasyon, maaari niyong bisitahin ang www.esports.com.ph o kaya ang kanilang Facebook fan page, Philippine Esports Organization. SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection, of course, is powered by Smart. Ngayon naman, balik tayo sa ating lower bracket matchup. This is the lower bracket finals. We're back to being a best of 5 kahit nasa lower bracket tayo. RSG Philippines had a great showing from their time in the upper bracket and now going down to the lower bracket to face the eventual, let's say, NXPE ang talagang nag-lower bracket climb. Ang dami na pinagdaanan dyan. The Hellcurt pick especially was something that is surprising us since last night. Sa tingin mo ba, anong mga preparasyon ng mga ginawa ni Coach Panda for this matchup? Considering na konting oras lang ang meron sila para gawin.
Well, other than strategy-wise, sigurado ako isa sa mga pinag-usapan ng mga players ng RSG Philippines is to really increase their morale. Of course, bago nila katapat ang tapatan nilang Blacklist International, maganda naman yung laro nila. A lot of people were very impressed with RSG Philippines. Pero parang sobrang laking hinto sa momentum nung na-sweep sila ng Blacklist International. So I think first and foremost, yun yung tinakal nila Coach Panda and the rest of RSG Philippines. Then after that, I think they just had to remind themselves na they made it this far. Sigurado ako, sinabi nila sa sarili nila, we're not a bad team, which is a bad day at the end of the day. Pero talaga mga laro, there's gonna be one team better than the other. That is what happens. And hopefully we get to see a good bounce back para sa RSG because against NXPE, who are on the other end, ang ganda ng momentum nila ngayon, they will need it.
Yeah, definitely. Momentum on the side of NXPE after a momentous victory against Onyx Philippines. Let's be honest, hindi yun naging easy game for both squads. It was a really close series for NXPE and Onyx Philippines. I remember last night because actually I tend to personally I take long walks after work. So naglalakad ako noon, naka-data lang ako, nanonood ako ng game, and I was like, wow, anong nangyayari? Bakit parang this is taking a while? And then parang sobrang kakaiba yung mga nangyayari between these two teams because you could see that they really want this. Kaya umabot ng 5 games, and sino namang may ayaw magrepresenta ng Pilipinas bilang SIBOL? Ilang beses natin pinag-usapan to, Renmar. It's a legendary thing to have in your life, to be representing the Philippines. Blacklist International already represented the Philippines for sure nung M3.
Yep.
But as someone who has worked with players, what does it mean for a player even to carry that Pilipinas on his jersey?
It's everything. Of course, yung mga players, meron silang mga sarili nilang teams, yung organizations nila. Pero pag yung pinapaglabanan mo ay yung slot mo para paglabanan mo ang bansa, man, that is something else. Kasi country pride na to. It's not about one team. It's not about one org. Pag-aabot sa mga international tournaments, even then, nararamdaman natin todo suporta para sa Pilipinas. At ngayon, the fact that they're fighting for that slot to be Team Pilipinas, it means a lot. And one of the most heartbreaking things last night was nakita ko yung mga social media posts ng mga players. You could really tell how much they meant it. Players from Omega, players from Onyx, the players from Brand the other day when they were eliminated. Nakita mo talaga, you could sense the sadness. Nakita mo yung lungkot nila sa mga text posts nila kasi for everyone who's in this isn't just warm-up for MPL. This is your chance to be part of SIBOL at sobrang mahalaga talaga yun para sa mga players.
Yep. It's like that one extra gem in your career. Kumbaga parang isang dagdag na parang
Infinity Stone.
Kumbaga Infinity Stone yun, parang nakapag M series ka na, nakapag SIBOL ka na, parang yun yung kinokolekta ng ating mga players. And in fact, I just wanna add to that sadness na nabanggit mo, no, Renmar. Kagabi, after ng broadcast, scroll ako sa TikTok naman. Nakita ko nag-live si Adilap, kasama niya si Eto Max sa Smart Omega to, no? Ang galing pa lang, kasi naalala ko ng MPL, di ba, in-interview natin si Eto Max. Pinakanta natin siya, pero parang hindi na-pick up ng mic o nahiya ata. Pero doon sa sa TikTok live nila kagabi, si Tito Max ang galing kumanta. Pero mamaya natin pag-usapan yan. Pero ito lang kinutang nila. Sinabi niya, "We lost it all." Gagano'n ko rin si Tito Max kagabi. Siyempre, mas maganda yung boses ka. Pero pasok na tayo sa Smart Picks and Bans for the first game. Again, this is a loser's bracket match. The Losers Finals actually, kung sino ang makakalaban ng Blacklist mamaya. Experience the power of Smart 5G in over 4,900 sites and nationwide. Switch now to experience the difference. Visit smart.com.ph/MNP to learn more. Hashtag muling lumakad matatag and hashtag SIBOL powered by Smart ang ating official hashtags for the SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection. Pasok na tayo sa bans. Tatanggalin ng NEXPLAY EVOS ang Fanny. Meanwhile for RSG, tatanggalin ng Valentina. Damay mo na rin yung show sa NXPE.
Yeah. Removing the Fanny, medyo surprising siya na first ban kaagad. Pero pinakita naman ng RSG, well, Demon Cat had one game on the Fanny. It was a loss. But especially yesterday, NXPE versus Onyx, si Flick, naramdaman ng NXP EVOS, ay ganito pala kalakas ang Fanny, sige tanggalin na lang muna natin, pwede naman laruin ng RSG. So it's a safe ban, surprising but it's understandable kung bakit yun yung binan nila. Tinanggal din nila yung Cho, ilang beses na nakapag-highlight si Light, pun intended, on the Cho.
Wow!
Highlights. And para sa RSG naman, lagi na lang yan natin makikita, banned Valentina. I think pagkatapos ng isang game kung saan nilaro ni Greed yung Valentina, we're like, nope, we're not gonna see Valentina anymore after that. Di na mauulit yun. Pero RSG at the same time respecting 1-1. Respecting Donut. Ang lupit ng laro ni Donut sa 1-1 na yan.
I have to agree. I mean, ako nilagay ko ata si Don. May personal list kasi ako of top SIBOL rookies. I was just so inspired seeing yung mga bago nating manlalaro dito sa SIBOL na parang grabe ang gagaling ng mga nanggaling sa amateur scene. And Donut, one of the best 1-1 siguro in the Pilipinas. Yet to prove himself in the professional scene, of course, pagpasok na MPL. But, man, kakaiba yung 1-1 nito. Esmeralda will be the third ban para dito sa NEXPLAY EVOS. At magre-respond naman ang RSG with an Edith ban. Not quite sure kung may games na ba ang position 5 o hindi, may games na nga si Oreshi with that Edith, and actually yesterday I feel like he did play it once or twice.
Yeah, 4-1 win-loss record for Oreshi on the Edith. So yan yung hero talaga pinapagagawa ng NXPE at ONI kahapon. So I actually really like this ban by RSG PH. At the same time, NEXPLAY EVOS, tinanggal nila yung Esmeralda, which is a go-to pickup for Kenji. So the first pick for NEXPLAY EVOS, Paquito's open. They might actually opt to go for the Matilda na pwede nila i-flex. But so far, there we go. Si Hayes pa lang ang naglalaro ng Matilda sa NXP EVOS. All the other times, it means magiging position 4 Matilda yan at wala pang tank dito ang NXP. Para sa RSG, they might opt to go for something like the Hayabusa, which is available for Demon Knight. 3 games in it, high impact siya. If they want that instant early to mid-game scaling, they can also go for the Paquito. And then they can pair it up with a tank already. They can pick up the Cho. Maybe if they want to match the healing, they can pick up the Rafaela.
Yeah, those are picks that have been picked up by both teams here. No, I mean, for RSG specifically, those options, yun yung mga nakita talaga natin from them for the last 3 days. And ito yung gustong-gusto kong makita. Na parang the glue pick is still part of the first rotation. Alam naman natin that he's really strong right now. But Kufra, the tank, parang the S-tier tank right now for a lot of teams. First rotation Kufra. Bakit nga ba natin madalas nakikita ang first rotation Kufra? I mean, look at 2 seasons ago from MPL, parang second rot lumalabas ang isang Kufra.
Well, yun yung abilidad niya talaga na mablock yung mga dashes ng mga heroes. Of course, having the Matilda there, they are going to be able to stop the dash from the guiding wind. And of course, you have a lot of marksmen in the meta that have dashes. Again, NEXPLAY EVOS, there you go. That's someone with a dash. Pinili nila yung Clint. So that one dash na meron yung Clint na pinahabaan mo na yung cooldown, and then pagkatapos may chance pa mablock pa ng Kufra. And of course, the setup capability of the Kufra is deservedly isa sa mga top picks, first 2 picks pag nasa red side. At kaya din pumilit ng glue dito ang RSG. These are 2 of the best heroes for really helping a team perform well against this very marksman-heavy, backline-heavy meta na nakikita natin ngayon.
Yep. Great points there, Reptar. Alam naman natin na ang meta talaga ngayon is marksman heavy pa rin, even if after M3 they did get some nerfs. The Brody has been very popular in SIBOL 2022, such as this Kagura as well, especially in the hands of Aqua. Kamusta ba ang stats ni Aqua dito sa Kagura? Because as far as I remember, it has been highlight after highlight.
Yeah, 4 for 2 right now on the Kagura. 6 games total played for him. Even in the matchup kontra sa Blacklist International, nakuha din siya ng isang highlight or 2. So, of course, even though if you want to bounce back galing sa loss, katulad ng RSG kahapon sa Blacklist International, it's best to stick with your comforts, your comfort playstyle. At masaya ako nung nakita ko yung Kagura dito for RSC Philippines. It's a sign that they still really believe in their capabilities at saka sa mga comfort picks nila. Tatanggalin nila yung Lancelot, and ang bilis ng NEXPLAY EVOS, tinanggal kagad nila yung Popoling Kupa dito as an option from RSG.
And talagang makikita mo that both coaches are very much prepared against each other despite the short time that they had to analyze each other after last night's game, no? NEXPLAY EVOS, RSG Philippines, they are now targeting, I think, the core role or the jungler role rather. H2 and Demon Kite. Ano ba yan? Napagsabay ko na yung H2 and Demon Kite. Still, wala pa silang mga hero dito. Nakita nating mag-Hayabusa si H2 kagabi. In fact, it was very effective against Onyx Philippines. So parehas na merong Hayabusa si H2 and Demon Kite dito. And it's going to be interesting to see whether or not may makakakuha ba ng Hayabusa na yun. And as you said, early to mid-game power spike ang nabibigay ng isang Hayabusa. And right now, who do you think has the better fit here? Because looking at it, I feel like any team right now getting that Hayabusa would be great.
Oo. Bukas pa din naman, Ling, and we are going into the second phase of a draft na kung saan bukas pa rin ang isang pakito. So there's still a lot of options. For NEXPLAY EVOS, I'm looking at what their XP laner is gonna be. Kasi kung mag-Yuzong dito si Ureshi, you now have 3 initiators, 3 backline divers na pwede mong disrupt. Pero mabubukas yung backline yan ng NEXPLAY EVOS, which if RSG decide to pick up a Hayabusa, it's gonna be really bad. Pero if they pick up something alongside like a Ruby, yes, you have an initiator, pero meron ka ding isang panghinto at pang crowd control sa magda-dive ng backline mo. So depende sa NEXPLAY EVOS if they want something a little bit more defensive oriented or offensive oriented on the Yuzong or Ruby pick. So that's what I'm gonna be waiting for. So for RSG, they can hold their jungle pick para sa huling pick nila, or they can pick it up now. Again, Pakito and Hayabusa are open.
Yep, and RSG 20 seconds to pick up their first hero in the second picking phase. No, gusto ko yung bans na nilabas ng NEXPLAY EVOS dito. They're really limiting yung options ng gold lane ng RSG. Tinanggalan nila si Iaknu ng mga hero at nabanggit mo na nga ang Pakito ni Demon Kite. This is most likely be going to the jungle role. NEXPLAY EVOS, now they have to respond with 2 heroes. Yun na ang pangsara ng kanilang composition. They already have engages to the backline and backline damage coming in from the Clint. Maybe a little bit of burst damage would help them out. Or maybe sustained damage.
Yeah. Yun yung iniisip ko actually. Baka if they're not gonna play the Hayabusa, which might be tough here, baka mag-ano nga sila, mag-Bane dito sa H2. Already 1 game on to that. And it makes sense with the Jawhead, the Matilda, and then paired up with the Bane. Malupit na roaming trio yan. The Ling is still available if they want something that can split push, help manage the waves. So there it is. Yuzong nga ang pinili ng NEXPLAY EVOS, more offensive oriented. And it is gonna be the Hayabusa.
Man, you talked about this Yuzong earlier. And alam naman na natin na the Hayabusa, he has one thing to do. It's to kill the backline and safely go out. Wala na tayo masyadong pag-uusapan dyan. Let's talk about the Yuzong versus the Glue matchup. No? Glue is assumed to be the best offlaner right now in the current meta. Very safe, very strong. But what could Yuzong actually have against the Glue? Anong kalamangan ng isang Black Dragon against this ano ba to? Blob. Glue.
Glue nga siya eh. Nasa pangalan niya. He's a glue. Before I answer your question, last pick here for RSG might either be a carry or an Alice. Looking at it. Pero Lunox pinili nila. Unang Lunox pick niyan dito sa SIBOL Phase 2. Going back to your question though. Of course, alam natin with the Black Dragon form, the Yuzong can get around the map much quicker. In terms of the lane matchup though, it might be pretty even dahil nga sa adjustment kay Glue na kung saan pag na-detonate mo yung yung glue na nasa sahig, pag nahampas mo yun, pag na-detonate mo yun, mag-reset yung cooldown ng skill 1 mo, which means in terms of in the XP lane, kung ito yung old Glue, well, of course, I'd pick the Yuzong more, but with the new Glue, I somewhat like it. I like his chances and the fact yung passive niya helps reduce helps reduce damage. So that means it's gonna be somewhat pretty even. Pero sa mga team fights, most likely the Yuzong ang manguna sa papunta dun sa mga team fights dahil mas mabilis siya mag-rotate.
Yeah. And exciting makita kung paano ba gagamitin ng both squads dito yung kalamangan nila in their lanes to transition that into possible early leads. But man, this is just the first game, no? So para sa mga viewers dyan, make sure to share the stream dahil unang laro pa lang sa losers bracket finals between NXPE and RSG Philippines. Ang mananalo dito ay kakalabanin ang Blacklist International mamayang 6 p.m. Let's head on to the Land of Dawn for Game 1, RSG Philippines, NXPE. Sino kaya ang makakaunang panalo sa series na to?
It's gonna be a slow start for both teams, pero nakita natin ngayon si Light at saka si si Cadenza. Parang parehas sila nag-check ng mga kalaban nilang na jungler. Cadenza, susubukan niya i-last hit to. Just try to force something out of Demon Kite. So this is a pretty standard start para sa laro natin ngayon.
Yeah, and I just have to mention the obvious here. Kita na natin ang mga ating manlalaro para sa last 2 matches of the day. So RSG on the right and the NEXPLAY EVOS on the left. Then, ang ganda ng flex ng mga nabuhan nila pero Yakno pinaupo. First blood, NEXPLAY EVOS.
Kudos para sa kay Cadenza. Dalawang high impact ejector nakita na. Uy, dual sa gitna! Uy, munti ka na yun.
Grabe naman yun. Ang tatapang ng phosphor nila.
Diba? Parehas sila nag-iisip, okay, sige, sino sa atin mauna dito? But mas mukhang delikado dun si Hayes, pero alam din niya na meron din siyang shield makuha sa guiding wind, so that helped out. So far, Cadenza, 2 great ejectors to start off the game. Of course, kanina, nung nasa may orange buff siya ni Demon Kite, pinapon niya si Light onte, meaning na nakaposition na ang NEXPLAY EVOS sa, sa Little Wonder muna. Tapos kanina, yung pick-off nila kay Yakno.
Uy, munti ka na maging off-camera kill. Maghahanap si Demon Kite ng rest back kay H2. Low HP with the stun lock. Pakito gets the trade kill. Pero men, sayang hindi natin masyado nakita. Yung ultimate na yun na nanggaling kay H2. It is a 1-4-1 trade. And Turtle, naglalaban na sila para sa control. Punta tayo sa doon, please, doon sa Yuzhong. It's a 2v1. Demon Kite, Kenji, Ureshi might be in trouble here. Here comes the Furious Time. Hindi tumama. Black Dragon Form. Hindi nahabol lang sa pack. In RSG Philippines, they're just gonna go back.
Good decision by RSG Philippines na i-force nila yung attempt kay Ureshi dun sa bottom lane. Pero si Demon Kite on the way to his orange buff, so wala pang magta-turtle. I thought RSG Philippines mapapaisip sila na mag-turtle na sila, seeing as how the XP laner is gone, but seems like hindi pa natin makita yung first turtle fight.
Yeah, na-burn ang flicker ni Light doon. Medyo nawala siya sa pwesto. I feel like this is just the power of the Joyd. And sabi ni Demon Kite, oo, nandito ako. Hindi mo na kailangan silipin pa. Pero ito, makukuha na rin niya ang kanyang orange buff. Still, no teams trying to rotate around that turtle. Yung as in massive 3-man rotation. I feel like very low prio on turtle this game.
Yeah. Kenjin, inumpisa na yung positioning niya doon. Demon Kite on his purple buff, pero si Donut and Cadenza umikot na nga. So, NEXPLAY EVOS gonna be putting a lot of priority in this turtle.
NXPE ang naunang maglagay ng pressure around this turtle. 3 tao na o 5 pa nga ata ang hinila nila for this possible first turtle of the game. But RSG Philippines, they have only 3 people. Circling Eagle, papasok doon kay Kenji. Kenji going in. Split, not gonna be enough to keep him alive. Pero sino ka ba nakapag-secure noon? Nakaskill pa ni Demon Kite. Here comes the Demon Kite. Pero mukhang bababa ang kanyang time natin yan ang Dano Kill. Sila na ata ang sunod. 3 kills lang napupunta para sa NEXPLAY EVOS at damang sila 5-1 pero Turtle ang mapupunta sa RSG.
Ang ganda ng turtle steal ni Demon Kite doon, pero ang ganda din ng response ng NEXPLAY EVOS, seeing as, okay, he already took down Kenji, hindi nila nakuha yung turtle, so heroin na lang natin sila. They were able to punish RSG Philippines. At kahit nakuha ng turtle yun ng RSG, mas malaki pa ang goal din ng NEXPLAY EVOS dahil mas madami pang hit sila sa mga energy shielding at mas madami pa silang kills.
Definitely a trade won there by NEXPLAY EVOS.
Sila?
At pinato pa si Light, wala pang flicker. So, nako, delikado na. Circling Eagle from Apple Fisha. Si LA is picking it up. The shadow kill. Mag-isa si Aqua. At na-fade away Shuriken pa ni H2. And now, NEXPLAY EVOS, 6 kills ahead from RSG Philippines. Pero sabi ni Demon Kite dyan, pull sa longga. Hindi pwedeng mag-angas. Pero hindi naman pala itutuloy. I just like the respect coming in from RSG Philippines there. Alam nila na hindi pwedeng ituloy yun.
Ito sa mga dahilan kung bakit kung NXPE fan ka or just a fan of the MLBB esports scene in general at may knowledge ka sa mga incoming rookies natin para sa MPL Season 9. Si Cadenza, pre, galing niya talaga mag-position at nahinto niya talaga yung momentum ni Light sa pagkuha ng info at saka mag-position sa mapa.
Yeah, wait lang, Furious time Reshi! Biglang sumabog! Grabe ang mga kamao ni Demon Kite at here comes Cadenza. Naghahanap ng rest back. Echo loud, echo proud down. Nahila pa balik.
Oh, dodge!
Lagyan niyang overturn. And I feel like this fight shouldn't continue anymore. That is just one kill going to the hands of RSG Philippines. Ay,
Grabe
wait
si
lang!
Cadenza
Sabi,
Team hero has
nahanap
been
na
slain.
naman si Light. Nako, delikado namin. This is the third death of Light and you don't want that when you're the boss 5.
Oh my goodness, Cadenza. And nakukontinue yung trend na nakita natin kahapon sa RSG Philippines versus Blacklist International where yung post 5, kung sino man yung post 5 for the team, hinahanap talaga nila si Light. And of course, yung mga pro players, familiar sila sa mga pwestuhan ni Sarap pero sa dali lang.
Red
Oh,
team has
Genji,
slain the
split,
turtle.
trying to stay alive. Turtle napunta sa RSG Philippines. If tama ang aking nakita. And now, mid lane ang priority for RSG. They just go back, they don't fight. The discipline showing for RSG.
Oh, at hindi talaga sila makakalaban dito dahil sa scaling ng RSG. Uy, na naman Cadenza!
Iyak no, in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle.
Red team
Pero
turret
mga
has
kabab,
been
brilliance
destroyed.
palayo. And muntikan na yon, men. The playmaking from Cadenza this game is insane.
It's like, isipin mo, 6 minutes or pupunta na tayo sa 7 minutes. Parang may isang big time play si Cadenza kada minuto. Grabe naman. Oh, pero sa Light, baka gaganti siya.
Light, re-rest back ata, binalik sa mga tropa. And that's the joy going down. Here comes Oreshi with the Black Dragon form. Demon kahit babagsak ata, mega kill para kay Marius Stan. That is Donut with the damage. Genji, mapapasilip-silip sa ilalim ng torre. And that is the fight going to NEXPLAY EVOS.
Marius Stan, 402.
Red
You
team
know him as
turret has been
Donut.
destroyed.
But now, kilala na siya ng RSG bilang isang marksman na masaya na sa farm niya. Ang sakit na ng damage output ng clip na to dahil sa pabilisan sa pag-farm niya. Of course, tinulungan siya ng NEXPLAY EVOS. Napahirapan si Yaknu. Yaknu only died once, pero that's all the control that Donut needed para makapag-farm. At ngayon, 2-level lead kontra kay Yaknu. Matagal pa ang pang mid to late game scaling dito ng RSG Philippines. Hihintayin nila yung Lunox na yan.
Yeah. Yaknu aka Joshua Manaog. Kailangan antayin ng RSG Philippines ang kanilang power spike para makalaban sa NEXPLAY EVOS. Dahil ngayon ang kalamangan ng NEXPLAY EVOS hindi pa naman ganun kalaki. 3 point something lang. And kaya pa rin bumawi ng RSG. But with this Lord, the first Lord of the game, 8 minutes in, that could give the power spike of NEXPLAY EVOS even a bigger boost. Mukhang uncontested pa.
Yun mo, bilis. Sobrang bilis ng take nila sa Lord. Of course,
The Lord.
in the most recent patch, na-adjust yung Lord timings natin. Instead of 9
Red
minutes,
team
now
turret
8
has been
minutes.
destroyed.
Para mas mabilis yung pace ng laro. Pero concede play dito ang RSG Philippines.
Concealed play for RSG Philippines. Oreshi, very low HP. Di mo kahit looking
Hero
for the
has been
dragon.
slain.
At bumagsak nga si Oreshi in that.
Magandang recovery yun para sa RSG Philippines. And for NEXPLAY EVOS, well, the fact na nawala si Oreshi, okay lang naman. They have the Lord marching. Of course, most likely ayaw nila ibigay yung kill na yun, but it is what it is. Ito din maganda sa Pakito Jungle at sa lineup ng RSG Philippines. They still have that early to mid game damage talaga na pwede ibigay ng Pakito kahit na hindi pa maka-farm si Aqua, si Akno na masyado. You can still rely on Demon Guy to deal the damage. Pero in terms of a big win, baka mahirapan pa ang RSG Philippines doon. Siguro 1 or 2 kills at most and then subukan lang nila hindi mag-trade masyado.
Yeah. And now, NEXPLAY EVOS with the Lord marching on the top lane. Ang ganda ng flow nila dito by mid tsaka bot lane. Talagang sabay-sabay bumabagsak. Mahihirapan mag-respond ang RSG
Red team
Philippines
turret has
with this
been
play.
destroyed.
That's
Has
2
been
turrets
destroyed.
already destroyed. And now NEXPLAY EVOS, they are ahead by 5,000 gold. Ureshi looking for an opportunity here at mukhang nangaano lang siya, no? Na nanggugulang lang ng konti para maka-inhibit ang turret ng libre. That's 1 inhibitor turret down. Pero punta tayo bot lane, hindi ko may nangyayari. And that's Demon Kite off-cam kill against H2O.
Demon kahit hindi niya kunin yung purple buff niya, pero malayo yung mga miyembro ng RSG para tulungan siya. Good sense para kay Oreshi na ipa-force back si Demon kahit ayaw nila i-risk na makukuha ni Demon kahit yung purple buff niya.
And that trade, no, nakadalawang Torre at isang inhibitor turret ang NEXPLAY EVOS, pero sadly bumagsak si H2O. Feel like that trade is still won by NEXPLAY EVOS, no, kasi inhibitor turret nakaisa sila.
Oh, top of 4. Oh, set up na naman!
Ako, talaga bakit kaya si Light ang paborito ng NEXPLAY EVOS? Talagang yung playmaker pa ang hinahanap nila. And now RSG Philippines with no flicker on the Kufra once again. What can we expect once the Lord is up? 30 seconds.
RSG 4K gold lead para sa NEXPLAY EVOS. Susubukan nila. May Divine Glaive na dito yung Lunok. So in terms of the damage output, should be okay na at this point. And of course, Nakagura, it's gonna be one of the problems there. Pero hindi naman ganun ka laki yung lamang ng Matilda ng NXPEs. Just roughly 600 goals. So with the Lightning Truncheon at saka Clock of Destiny, RSG Philippines, they can really try to contest this Lord kung gusto nila. Pero dapat mag-ingat lang sila sa split push na naman!
Kailangan na rin mag-ingat ni Light. It doesn't even matter kung siya yung tank, parang napapatunaw din ng NEXPLAY EVOS position 5 tank ng RSG Philippines na si Light. Hindi pa rin naman ganoon kalaki ang kalamangan ng NEXPLAY EVOS in RSG Philippines. Definitely still inside this game, but it seems na nahihirapan silang maghanap ng mga oportunidad nila.
Malayo. Hindi ito makukuha ng RSG Philippines. Masyado malayo si Demon kahit.
Ay,
Cadenza!
Ay nako, nahuli naman si Light pero may immortality pa naman para makabili ng oras, pero bumagsak agad ng Kufra. Pagkagising niya, Apple P siya, hindi ata ma-connect ang grab doon ng H2. Hinihintay na lang niyang mawala. Bren lang daw ang malakas. Mukhang babagsak ata si Ellie Hayes, but this is a 4v1. Kenji will inevitably fall down. At ayan na nga, NEXPLAY EVOS, they take 2 for 1 at ang Lord.
Despite all of that, dalawa lang miyembro lang nawala sa RSG Philippines, pero Cadenza again opening that up with a pick-off onto Light. Light, talaga ever since yesterday, ever since the fight against Blacklist International, hindi siya pinapabayaan ng mga teams na makaposisyon, makahanap ng sariling tempo niya. Of course, in the early parts of the 2022 national team selection, Light, malaking factor siya kung bakit nakakapag-succeed ang RSG Philippines. Yung mga setups niya, yung info na kuha niya. And ever since yesterday, hindi niya nagagawa yun na masyado dahil nga sa counterplay na ginagawa ng mga katapat niya sa roam roll.
Yeah, Kenji, malalim sa likod. Nahanap nga si Donut, Marius Stan, half HP already. Pero yung Lord ay bumibili ng napakadaming oras. And off-cam killing spree for H2. And he's gonna survive. John Paul Salonga with a key pick-up on Demon Kite. And now they're gonna go here down bot lane. Mid lane as well. Nagbabagsakan ng mga inhibitor turrets for the side of NEXPLAY EVOS. RSG Philippines forced to defend.
Red team base turret has been
At this
destroyed.
point, without Demon Kite, inevitable na mawawala yung mga torre nila. Pero si Cadenza na naman!
Oh, Cadenza ng gulat! Oh no! It looks to be a mega kill for H2. RSG Philippines, dalawa na lamang natitira. Manaog, sinusubukan mag-defend. Desperation play galing dito kay Knight, pero base na ang sabi ng NEXPLAY EVOS. Game 1 going.
Wow!
Victory!
I think, para sa maraming nanonood ngayon, you can definitely say Cadenza is your personal MVP, or Cadenza was the MVP there. Back to basics on a setup tank, finding the openings time and time again. Hindi niya pinapabayaan si Light makaposisyon na maayos, makakuha ng impormasyon, kaya nahirapan ang mga miyembro ng RSG. Not at the fault of Light, pero Cadenza and the rest of NXPE, parang pag merong silang conceal, naghahanap talaga sila ng pick-off. Pag kada conceal nila, mag-flicker, mag-ejector. Oo nga basta may kill, may kill.
Oh my God, that is just game 1 though. This is a best of 5 series for sure. RSG Philippines and the fans of RSG Philippines, hindi sila basta magpapatinag and match. Hintayin natin kung
Alright, okay na. mukhang good ka na, Womi. I think you're good right
Okay,
now.
okay na ba ako? Nagtuloy-tuloy ako magsalita ng gano'n. Pero alam mo, Game 1 pa lang naman, for sure, mahaba-habang series pa to. Game 2 ay mangyayari in after short break. Actually, sorry, direct ano? Okay. Actually, nintay pa natin yung smart plays of the game natin. Pasensya na, parang bigla akong bigla akong tinamaan ng internet problems. Di ko kung sa final days pa nangyari. Pero Renmar, this is just a game 1 between NXPE and RSG Philippines. Looking at the smart plays of the game, no? What do you think was actually the best part of how NEXPLAY EVOS played this? Because as far as we've seen in the early game, nakakahanap pa ng trade ng RSG. Pero biglang nawala yon by mid-game.
Yeah, it's one of the fact that, of course, NEXPLAY EVOS, tinulungan talaga nila si Donut na makalabas sa lane niya, maka-farm na maayos. At saka yung rotation ng NEXPLAY EVOS na makapunta sa Turtle, actually, that was a 5 versus 4 team fight para sa Turtle na yun dahil sobrang lamang na ni Donut sa pag-push ng wave and the fact na mataas yung chance makakuha siya ng kill, if ever. So it could have been a trade of the minion wave control, minion wave gold for the kills. At yun nga yung nangyari, nakuha ng kill si Donut dun sa team fight na yun, which means mas mabilis pa yung farm ng Clint. Donut didn't have the big highlight plays katulad ni Cadenza, pero Donut did what he needed to do bilang isang gold laner, bilang isang marksman. He was able to get the kills, nakuha niya yung farm na kailangan niya. Just overall, NEXPLAY EVOS is activating yung mga key components ng lineup nila. Jawhead nakakapag-pick off, nakakapag-set up. At the same time, nakaka-respond din NEXPLAY EVOS para makakuha ng kill. And then at the same time for Donut, yung mga nasabi ko, Oreshi, great rotations as well and disruption. So overall, total great gameplay by NEXPLAY EVOS. Hindi makuha ni Cadenza lahat ng mga assists na yun kung hindi din sila magaling mag-respond. So it was a great game.
NEXPLAY EVOS definitely feeling it. Yung, kumbaga, nasabi natin kanina, confidence na nakuha nila from winning a 5-game series against Onyx Philippines. Nararamdaman natin yun ngayon. Against RSG Philippines, they are playing really good. But again, remind lang natin sa mga that this best of 5 series, ibig sabihin may chance pang bumawi ang RSG Philippines. And winner of this one will be fighting Blacklist International. Mahirap na laban yun for sure, but they have to focus kung ano yung nasa harapan nila ngayon. Men, Renmar, going into Game 2, anong quick adjustments ang pwedeng tignan ng RSG Philippines dito?
Well, kung RSG ako, they have to consider respect banning the Jawhead if possible. Of course, ma-open up pa yung mga ibang top options dito ng RSG. Do you want to give the 1-1? Do you want to give the Edith? But I feel like they have to respect that Jawhead. Kung hindi nila ibaban, maybe a different kind of tank for Light. I think he has a Rafaela in the pool. Yes, at risk pa rin si Rafaela, but then the thing about the Rafaela is meron kang small window of opportunity na i-stun yung Jawhead na yun gamit ng ultimate mo. So that is a possible thing that could happen para mahinto yung Jawhead initiation. And then if you have something like the Ruby, well, it would be able to deal a fair amount of damage at the same time. Ang dami mong crowd control. But I think in that situation, it was just Cadenza. Grabe, he played out of his mind, ika nga. And it opened it up for NXP EVOS.
Yeah, definitely a great game and a great game overall for NXPE. Let's see on how RSG Philippines would try to recover this series and try to extend this into a 4-game series. For sure, a lot now are just clamoring for more MLBB, and we're loving SIBOL 2022 National Selection powered by Smart. This is a ang casters. My name is Theo Omi Ignacio at kasama ko dito si Renmar Reptar Santa Cruz at magbabalik tayo after a short break.
download the Giga Life app and register sa Giga Mania. Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Giga Mania?
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Para maging yours, download the Giga Life app and register sa Giga Mania. Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Giga Mania?
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Para maging yours, download the Giga Life app and register sa Giga Mania. Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Giga Mania?
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Para maging yours, download the Giga Life app and register sa Giga Mania. Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Giga Mania?
Samsung set, Apple set,
Welcome back to SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection powered by Smart. Muli kami ang inyong casters. My name is Tio Oome Ignacio at kasama ko dito si Renmar Reptar Santa Cruz. Welcome back to this lower bracket final series between NXPE and RSG Philippines. Kakatapos lang ng Game 1 kung saan NXPE ang nanalo. Let's talk about Game 2 a little bit. You talked about the adjustments earlier. Let's talk about the mentality. Because now that we're thinking about it, no, RSG Philippines have lost 4 games in a row after their series in Blacklist International. Yep. It's going to be a little heavy for the players out there.
Definitely. Other than strategy-wise, again, it looked like RSG Philippines, they knew what they needed to do. Alam nila yung kailangan nila gawin, pero nahinto lang talaga sila ng NEXPLAY EVOS with some really great gameplay. At this point, hopefully, which I'm sure naman, the professional players we have, every time we talk about them, sobrang importante sa kanila yung idea ng reset. Marami sa kanila alam nila na, okay, pagkatapos ng talo or nasa lose streak kayo, kailangan mo talaga sa reset. Kasi kung mental game yan kung hindi ka maka-reset sa mentality mo, sa nararamdaman mo sa loob, baka maapektado ba yung laro mo. So, I'm sure on that end, they should be okay. They're with a experienced coach. They have experienced players. And just si Kenji, he's been at this at a very long time. Alam natin din si Kenji, SIBOL gold medalist. So, they should be okay there. They just need to make slight adjustments in the draft, or if not, respect that NXPE or expect NXPE na hindi talaga sila matatakot mag-call ng play. Even though the game looks slow, biglang kung may consilyan or if you're in the shrub ever, expect na may chance na nandun si Cadenza o nandun si Ace 2 o nandun si Oreshi. Just have to watch out for that.
Yep. Nakita na natin yun ng Game 1. Kailangan talaga matuto sila ng sobrang bilis because that was not a fun thing to see if you are an RSG fan. Na yung mismong tank nyo napapatunaw agad. Feel like ready na ata ang smart pick and bans. Kung hindi pa, antayin lang natin ng konti. That is still for Game 2, no? Medyo... But yeah, going back to Game 2, this is something that NXPE wants to win as well, considering that if they do win this game number 2, mapupunta sila sa match point. Which means, isang panalo na lang ay masisweep nila ang RSG Philippines. Kakalabanin kung sino mang mananalo dito ang Blacklist International, which really dominated the bracket. In fact, fresh from M3 pa. This is going to be a tough day for anybody who wins this series. But of course, you do not want to end your journey at third place. Gusto mong umabot ng second place or even first place if you manage to beat the current world champions. Let's enter the smart pick and bans for game number 2 between NXPE and RSG Philippines. Experience the power of smart 5G in over 4,900 sites nationwide. Switch now to experience the difference. Visit smart.com.ph/MNP to learn more. Hashtag muling lumakad matatag and hashtag SIBOL powered by Smart ang ating official hashtags para sa SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection. Opening bans for this game ay Fanny, Cho, Esmeralda, Valentina, and of course, the 1-1 respect to Donut.
Alright, same bans pa rin nakita natin dito. Although for the last ban here, if RSG aren't gonna ban the Jawhead, that's understandable. Just because they had one really great game on the Jawhead and NEXPLAY EVOS doesn't mean hindi mo matatalo yung Jawhead na yan. So, this time, expect in-game adjustments to RSG if NEXPLAY EVOS decides to pick up the Jawhead. But RSG removing the Matilda first pick para sa NXPE, pero bukas ang Edith, and NXPE has a good history of first picking Edith pag nasa blue side sila. They did that 3 games in a row kahapon kontra sa Onyx Philippines. If it's not gonna be the Edith, baka Pakito yung maging first pick.
Let's see kung ano nga ba magiging priority dito ni Coach Zico of NEXPLAY EVOS. It's going to be interesting kung lalabas nga ang Edith first pick. As you said, they do have the tendency na mag-Edith agad sa simula. Pero sabi nila, wait lang, Jawhead na lang ulit. Medyo nag-enjoy ata si Cadenza doon. And they're giving the Jawhead to Cadenza. This is, correct me if I'm wrong, Renmar, but I feel like this is the only priority pick blue side Jawhead na pinakauna talagang pinik in a game in SIBOL 2022.
Yes, first time dito sa SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection. At you can't blame NEXPLAY EVOS for doing that dahil nga ang ganda ng first game ni Cadenza sa Jawhead na yan. Andun yung momentum niya. He's feeling it, kumbaga. So, of course, you're gonna first pick the Jawhead. It's Edith makes a lot of sense, but I like that NEXPLAY EVOS, nilalaro talaga nila yung comfort nila. They're going with their gut feeling na, okay, maganda yung laro ni Cadenza sa game number 1, let's get it. But RSG Philippines, great response here. Compared, dahil nga sa pag-ban out ng mga marksmen, gold laner options dun ni Iakno. Again, it was tough for him to play the carry as an option there. So, they stuck with the Lunox. At lately, mga pro players medyo nawawala sa pabor nila yung Lunox. So, RSG deciding, okay, priority ko na yung gold laner. They pick up the Brody, they pick up the Ruby. So, NEXPLAY EVOS, baka kumuha na sila ng Clint dito or yung marksman nila. Kasi going into the second phase, baka yun naman yung gawin ng RSG Philippines na sila ang magtatanggal ng mga gold lane options para kay Donut.
Yeah, torn apart memory, and of course, I'm offended. A lot of AoE damage and crowd control tools for RSG. At dahil nga hindi kinuha ang Edith, they could potentially put this Edith to Ureshi na I think meron na ring history sa paglalaro ng Edith.
Yes.
Eve also is a pickup here for NEXPLAY EVOS. Kamusta ang stats dito ni Yel Hayes on the Eve? Because I feel like hindi niya nalaro ng sobrang dalas, but kung nalaro man niya, actually, baka okay naman.
I'll have to double check my records, pero nagmumukhang baka unang Eve game to para kay Hayes. Actually, most of the games na naka-record dito sa akin kay Hayes ay nasa Sicilian at Matilda at saka Angela. So, it's looking like it's gonna be the first time Eve is gonna be played by Hayes here para sa NEXPLAY EVOS. So, RSG, hindi sila ganoon ka-worried para sa gold laners. Or NEXPLAY EVOS. So, RSG will look to ban out the gold laners here. They'll take out the Clint. But the thing is, meron pa ding Claude. Ang option dito si Donut. And if ever, pwede din sila mag-gold lane, mag-gold lane Sicilian kung trip nila. It's an option for them as well.
Gold lane Sicilian has been played by Donut. As you said, nakita natin na isa yun sa mga option niya kapag banned yung 1-1.
Always going for those towers. So, it's a good respect ban there. NEXPLAY EVOS deciding to take out the Lilia mid lane options. Wala pa nga din dito si Aqua. It's gonna be a question if NEXPLAY EVOS decides to actually remove the Kagura as well. Pero for Aqua, he will still have the Sicilian available for him. May record siya playing the Sicilian in the mid lane role. If they also feel it dahil sa chance of, engage and surprise from NEXPLAY EVOS, they can pick up the Farsa even RSG Philippines. Kasi may wings by wings ka, pwede mo din lagyan niya ng Purify para maiwasan yung mga crowd control abilities ng NEXPLAY EVOS.
Clint ang sunod na tatanggalin ng RSG Philippines, considering na meron na silang gold laner. Nililimitahan na nila ang pwedeng kunin ni Sir Mario Stan na si Donut from NEXPLAY EVOS. Bangan natin kung ano nga ba magiging 5th ban, kung Kagura nga ba katulad ng sinabi mo para malimitahan naman ang magagawa ni RV Calderon o ni Aqua sa mid lane ng RSG Philippines. Ano kaya ang tatanggalin nila for their 5th ban? Meron naman na silang mage, no? So ibig sabihin, hindi naman talaga nila kailangan pa pag-isipan kung anong ilalagay nila sa kanilang post 4. They already have a lot of crowd control, a little bit of damage, pero mukhang china-challenge ata ni Elias, men. Sabi niya, sige Aqua, labas mo na yung Kagura mo, 1v1 tayo, men.
Daming options bukas dito para sa RSG. NEXPLAY EVOS again, don't forget, meron silang Claude. So, I think RSG sees that happening again with the Claude. Ang dami mong Art of Thievery makukuha sa glue. So, in terms of the team fights, Donut will not have to worry about the Art of Thievery against the glue. So, I think RSG expect that to come here. Meron na naman silang Ruby at glue as well, which can help with the crowd control, especially that Ruby. So, for their mid laner, they need someone with a good amount of mobility, pero kailangan din ng burst damage dito ng RSG. Actually, which is why the Farsa is making a lot of sense to me here. Seeing as how, there we go. Backline heavy din yung lineup ng NEXPLAY EVOS pag nakapag full on Wrath si Edith.
Yeah. And we did see a Ruby Farsa combo, I feel like on day 3 for Bren Esports. It was quite effective for them. Now RSG Philippines gonna show their own version ng ganong klaseng strategiya. Bangan natin kung ano nga bang ilalabas ng NEXPLAY EVOS dito. Kailangan nila pumili ng dalawang hero. May Squid Game matchup tayo dito between the Eve and the Farsa. Kulang pa sila ng sustained physical damage, considering na I think magic damage din ang nilalabas ni Edith after Primal Wrath na nagsiscale sa kanyang armor. So, kailangan talaga nila ng physical damage, and Lancelot will be their choice for H2. Ano ang idadagdag nila? Kimi, a lot of magic damage for NEXPLAY EVOS.
Interesting picks by NEXPLAY EVOS. Having the Kimi and Eve paired up together, and of course, ang daming crowd control ng Johed and Edith. This is looking like a Kimi composition in the sense na baka mahirapan nga yung mga miyembro ng RSG Philippines dito na maabutan yung Kimi na yan. Pero sa RSG now, actually, they have the Benedetta pickup. Matagal ko na hindi nakakita yung Benedetta na ito. First Benedetta as well for the national team selection, and I think nung World Championship nga, isang Benedetta game lang ata nakita natin o wala nga eh.
Mga 2 o 3 naman, pero kaya isa lang yung naalala mo kasi isa lang ata yung gumana.
No.
Ganun lang. Kasi kaya isa lang ata yung naalala mo kasi isa lang ata yung gumana doon. Pero Benedetta opened up here for RSG Philippines. Ano kaya ang kanilang strategy this game? I mean, may rason. Ibanggit na lang natin sa viewers, no? Yes. Alam natin na mahirap gamitin si Benedetta, pero may rason kung bakit hindi lumalabas si Benedetta ngayon sa meta. And ease of execution at yung mga pwede ring malabas. And ang dami na din kasing nerfs na bumagsak talaga kay Benedetta, especially with the cooldown of her ultimate Alecto Final Blow. Medyo mahihirapan ka nang mag-push lang na mag-push unless, of course, nakalamang ka na. So let's enter the Land of Dawn for game number 2 between RSG Philippines and NEXPLAY EVOS. This is a best-of-5 series with NEXPLAY EVOS already ahead by 1 game.
And it's a Benedetta jungle for Demon Kite. Actually, yung mga nasabi ko tungkol sa lineup ng NEXPLAY EVOS, theoretically, sinasagot yan ng Benedetta. Tingnan mo, sa NEXPLAY EVOS ang daming crowd control. Eye for an eye can help you avoid that. Bago mapili yung Benedetta RSG Philippines, dahil sa sobrang daming crowd control ng NEXPLAY EVOS, baka mahirapan sila hulihin yung Kimi ni Donut. So, now that they have a Benedetta, meron silang mabilis na pang-access sa Kimi. But, and even the Eve, potentially. Pero si Light,
oh, wait a minute, Light goes down for the first blood going to John Paul Salonga. And now H2O, gonna try another kill here. And men, wala pang 1 minuto. Nahanap agad nila si Light.
Grabe. Hinahanap talaga nila dito si Light, knowing what you can do to set up. Parang ganito rin yung umpisa ng game number 1 natin. Si Cadenza na sa harap ng ni Demon Kite sa orange buff.
Wait, he basically dashed out pero na-burn pa rin niya ang flicker niya. So, Light has no flicker right now. for that turtle fight as well, 30 seconds. It's going to be a good edge for NEXPLAY EVOS if they could capitalize. RSG Philippines, feeling ko ang gameplay na nila dito kailangan pabagalin nila ng konti because that was really fast coming in from NEXPLAY EVOS.
Yeah, and NEXPLAY EVOS still a lot of pressure by Cadenza. Oh, Ureshi!
Has been slain.
Ureshi not respecting the damage coming in from Demon Kite. Phantom Execution, dashing the Phantom Slash as well. H2O, not landing Thorn Throws. At ayun na nga, Demon Kite and H2 sabi niya, teka lang, di ata tayo nagkatamaan doon. Turtle na lang tayo.
And there, good win here for RSG Philippines. Kakabawi sila sa early game pickoffs, pero nakita mo sa positioning ng NEXPLAY EVOS, especially Cadenza, madami talaga silang focus binibigay sa gold lane. Gusto nila i-shutdown si Akno at gusto nila pabilis ulit ang farm ni Donut, seeing as how having a well-farmed Kimi going to the mid-game, mahirapan ang RSG doon, especially if ever Demon Cat hindi niya maubutan si Donut. I'm pretty sure at one point mag-ice queen 1 siya para lang kite niya si Demon Kite.
That's nice, no? Pero NEXPLAY EVOS rotating top lane, nag-out of play dito sa Cadenza pero wala siyang nabalibag. And NXPE, they are forced to back out dahil sa hindi gumanang engage na yun.
Perfect example, just what I said earlier, kung bakit Ruby could be one of the options that they can pick to stop the Jawhead if ever Jawhead ulit piliin ng NEXPLAY EVOS. Di naman bilis ni Light na pag-interrupt sa pag-ejector toss sa kanya. Inactivate ni Light yung second skill ng Ruby, Don't Run Wolf King Ikot, which can, which does have that crowd control capability at nahinto niya yung bato. And he stopped it again there.
RSG Philippines, even na ang kill score. In fact, nakalabang na nga sila ng gold pero hindi pa naman ganun kalaki. Actually, wala pang 1,000. Now, RSG Philippines going to rotate around this turtle area. Demon Kite namatahan ni H2. 30 seconds bago lumabas ang sunod na turtle pero magbabuff ata muna ang ating mga junglers.
So both teams right now will just try to get that positioning first pero hindi talaga umaalis si Cadenza dun sa gold lane. Meanwhile, the bottom lane matchup of Kenji and Ureshi, yan talaga yung dead lane natin ngayon. And it will be a question of if RSG Philippines at some point will try to make a play for this bottom lane because hindi nila pwede pabayaan yung Edith na yan. Sobrang familiar na tayo sa playstyle ni Edith. I'm sure we've seen her a lot in our ranked games and of course nakita din natin siya dito in action here. So RSG Philippines will go for this turtle.
Electo final blow and the retribution securing the second turtle of the game for RSG Philippines. Dito siguro nila nakukuha ang kanyang kalamangan pero sagot ng NEXPLAY EVOS, sige, burahin na lang natin ang isang torre dito. RSG, medyo too late na para mag-defend.
Hard focus talaga sa lane ni Iakno and once again, stop. There we go. See?
Grabe, tama ka nga doon,
yung
Don't Run Wolf King.
Yep. Sobrang malaking bagay. But now, RSG Philippines, they need to shut down that Kimi at some point dahil ang bilis, dami niya nakuhang farm and at the same time, they need to protect Iakno now para makapag-farm siya at makahabol siya.
And RSG Philippines, I feel like they did steal away that orange buff from H2O. And that is quite a massive steal, especially early on, na wala pa kayo masyadong kalamangan. Now, Ureshi looks to be in trouble. 3 people from RSG Philippines magpupush. Def kaya ni Ureshi ito. Just a 3 RSG Philippines.
Oh, H2 versus Demon Kite. Demon Kite, di siya lang gigil. Hindi niya hinabol si H2. Good call there. Even though napababa niya si H2. 50% light with the entry. Oh, and RSG Philippines. Di sila nakuha ng kill.
Blue team hero has been slain.
Pero si Kenji nakuha ng kill dun kay Eve.
Random execution, Kenji! He goes down from H2. And now, RSG Philippines, they're still ahead. But just for 1.2k. Men, ano nangyari doon?
Well, RSG Philippines, they forced the engagement of the mid lane. Light, conceal play, pero baka ma-pick off na naman dito si Cadenza.
Oh, Cadenza, binato pabalik at nakapag-ulti pa nga mag-feather there. Start finishes si Mokore. She's still alive. H2, very low HP. Nasta ni Iakno. And a double kill for the gold laner of RSG Philippines. A triple kill pa nga para kay Joshua Manao.
Parang sabi ni Iakno, kahapon pa ako nahirapan dito ah. Binabasag niyo yung tori ko, hindi ako nakakapag-farm na maayos. Sige nga, triple kill na ako para magising na ako. And that is to awake and look at Diamond Guard.
Oh my God, this is looking to be RSG Philippines just upping the tempo at third turtle na nga. Mapupunta din sa RSG. Paano kaya makakabawi ang Next Play EVOS dito, Renmar?
Red team has slain the turtle.
Well, the thing with NEXPLAY EVOS is dahil yung early game lead went to them, pero masyadong malaki yung gold swing ng RSG PH. NEXPLAY EVOS just need to slow it down. Ice Queen 1 pa lang napili dito nabuo dito ni Hayes. Di pa nga nakapagbuo dito ng item din si H. Well, he does have the War Axe. I have to rather. So NEXPLAY EVOS have to slow things down a little bit and now respect that light will make things hard for Cadenza. Like that!
Yep, Cadenza half HP pero hindi naman siya babagsak. Tore apart memory ginamit pero wala naman masyadong magagawa. RSG Philippines parang pinapatikim nila ngayon kay Cadenza kung ano yung ginawa ni Cadenza sa kanila noong Game 1.
Oo, nagalit na din sila dito. And now for RSG Philippines, dahil meron nga silang Benedetta, they can use the map spacing na binibigay ng Benedetta, maximize the movement speed para makapag-split push kayo. But then RSG Philippines have to respect the Edith and the Kimi as well. Ang daming range at poke damage ng NXPE. Pero ito, ang RSG. Oh, nahinto ni Hayes.
Cadenza looking for the concealed play. Nahila pa pala. Greenward manipulation. Here comes the Squid Game. A double Earth Shatter coming in from Ureshi. Pero pumasok sa likod si Demon Knight. Kailangan makapag-dash palayo. Kenji medyo malalim. Here comes the ultimates coming in from NEXPLAY EVOS. Pero ayaw na nilang labanan pa. The flicker play coming in from Ureshi. Binigla pa sa bigla. In RSG Philippines, they lose out one.
That was a good play now for NEXPLAY EVOS. 1-for-1 trade, pero at the end of the day, RSG Philippines ang nakuha nila or NEXPLAY EVOS nakuha nila si Iakno at nawala lang sa NEXPLAY EVOS ay si Cadenza. So it's a roam, your tank, para sa gold laner, masaya na masaya ang NEXPLAY EVOS doon. Ureshi, look at that, good play, flicker forward, getting the charge, so he can get for the toss. Great play by NEXPLAY EVOS to go after Iakno. Ganda ng duel din ni H2 Demon Knight dun.
Ang saya panoorin ng mga 1v1 ni H2 and Demon Knight. Para talagang mga anime sword battle. Yung mga biglang nawawala, tapos biglang nagdadash. Yun yung mga may nag-uusap pa sila sa mga utak nila eh. Yung nagkakaintindihan sila dahil sa mga labanan nila ng mga skill shots doon. Pero syempre tigil muna sa anime. Napakalupit ng RSG at NEXPLAY EVOS this game. Kita mo talagang pag sumapak yung isa, sasapak pabalik yung isa.
Yeah, and now for NEXPLAY EVOS, slightly favoring the lineup of RSG Philippines in the late game dahil nga sa Farsa nila mahirapan lumapit si Donut. Of course, yung maximum charge, yung longest range ability ng isang Kimi. But then at the same time, you want to maximize the enhanced basic attacks na nakukuha niya. But the fact that they have the Farsa, they have so many things to give the Kimi a hard time sa mga team fights. They have light, pero yung trabaho niya is hindi lang mabato o walang mababato sa side ng RSG Philippines. So far, we've seen him perfectly timing the second skill para mahinto si Cadenza. NEXPLAY EVOS have to do a lot of work here sa late game para madepensahan nila ang laro na to and to win game number 2. But it's very winnable for both sides, pero ngayon lamang lang talaga ang RSG Philippines.
And medyo nanakaw na nga mga purple and orange buffs nito ni H2. Delikado siya. Phantom Execution still available to take. Pero mukhang makapuncture muna siya. Palayon! Healing spree para kay Benedetta. Ureshi, papasok muli. Demon Knight with the plays. And he's gonna steal away the purple buff. That is a great rotation coming in from RSG Philippines.
And a great adjustment overall. Nakita natin Sobrang ibang RSG nakita natin dito sa Game 2. Ang sakit na ng damage ni Aqua. 50% awa sa Kimi.
Oh, wait lang! Nako, bumagsak na ang init. Nasa likod ni Demon Kite, mukhang nagkamali ng konti, pero turret shots lang naman ang kinain. Bumagsak si Oreshi sa laban na yon.
Oh, this Ruby pick. Oy, si Genji pumasok!
Genji, nice initiation with the split, pero medyo malalim ata. They're gonna go for the turret instead. Bagsak na ang inhibitor turret in the mid lane. Immediate rotation into the top side. And that inhibitor turret goes down as well. Hindi makakahanap ng next play EVOS ng sagot sa rotation na ginawa ng RSG Philippines.
Good play there by Kenji, entering the base of NEXPLAY EVOS para ma-zone out lang konti sila H2 at Cadenza doon. And then, same time, great placement of the Feathered Airstrike galing kay Aqua.
Feathered Airstrike forces the flicker out of Oreshi, pero si Cadenza nahanap ng isa, nakatuhog si H2 kay Light. Hinahanap niya ngayon si Kenji. Torn Drows, Puncture still available to split, hindi enough para buhayin siya. That is one kill, goes around to NEXPLAY EVOS, pero nahanap niya muli si Cadenza. Demon Kite with the dashes, with the slashes. Hindi makakahanap ng isa. That is a one kill trade-off going to NEXPLAY EVOS.
NEXPLAY EVOS, kung gusto nila maka-comeback, yun yung mga opportunities na hanapin nila, yung mga pick-off na ganun. Then right after that, disengage or reposition. They have to play it safe with the 9,000 na ang goal dito ng RSG Philippines. Meanwhile, for RSG, they just have to keep it up. That trade was okay. It was just Kenji, but they still have to respect the fact that NEXPLAY EVOS might be able to come back here. RSG Philippines so far playing really well, positioning ni Aqua, positioning ni Light. They know what they need to do in their team fights.
And now the Lord is up. This is the first Luminous Lord of the game. A massive to for RSG and NEXPLAY EVOS. And looking at the gold lead, no, medyo malaki na ang gold lead ng RSG Philippines because of the past few times na nakakanakaw talaga sila ng objectives from NEXPLAY EVOS. This could possibly be RSG Philippines controlling the Lord area, but we've seen 10K comebacks happen. Let's see if Cadenza and the squad could actually do it. Hindi tumama ang I'm offended ni Ruby. That could have been a big play for RSG Philippines.
Yeah, but for Light, he should be happy na hindi na ba to si Aqua or any other member of RSG Philippines. And that's what this Ruby needs to do.
Cadenza, to, sumabog, mega kill para dito kay Demon Kite, half HP on this Lord. H2, umanap ng angulo pang steal. Oreshi, buhay pa rin. H2, medyo in range, pero yung damage ng Electro Final Blow ang tatapos sa kanya. Phantom Execution, hindi siya maliligtas. Babalik sa Lord ng RSG Philippines, pero tatlo na bumagsak para sa NEXPLAY EVOS. And that is the Lord secured by the Farsa. Hahanapin na si Apple Fisha at si Donut. Mario Stan, Demon Kite, nasa likod na. Apple Fisha na ata ang hinahanap, pero punta muna tayo kay Kenji ng saglit, no? Electro Final Blow for the exit. RSG Philippines securing the kills, securing the Lord.
Pero because of that attempt at the chase at sobrang bilis lumakad at lumabas yung Lord, RSG Philippines will be sad about that. Sobrang tagal ng Lord fight na yun. It just so happens to be nakuha yung Lord exactly at the right time kung saan nag-respawn yung minion waves or lumabas yung minion waves. So mabilis din lumabas yung Lord. Pero at least isang tore na lang naiiwan dito para sa NEXPLAY EVOS. Susubukan ng RSG tapusin ng laro na to. Pero mukhang mahirap.
Feathered Airstrike, pero two-man full coming in from Light. Nagalit nung last game men. And si Oreshi babagsak with forward part memory. Dalawa na ang wala sa NEXPLAY EVOS. Tatlo ang magdedepensa laban sa lima ng RSG Philippines. Immortality is there for Light. Immortality na rin para kay Demon Kite. Donut susubukang sunugin ang mga Little Blue. H2O going in with a Phantom Execution Torn Draws. Makakapag-puncture pala yun. Necto Final Blow. Sobrang taas na ba sa Demon Kite. Monster kill. And this is a 1-1 kill. A 1-1 city score. RSG Philippines takes game number 2.
Kudos to RSG Philippines for the draft adjustment, the pick adjustment. Wow, that Ruby pickup. I said it. It's one of the, if you're gonna be going up against the Joe, I'd consider the Rafaela or the Ruby. And Light, despite in the early game na pick off si Don Cadenza, he started it off, but then Light eventually bounced back at sobrang ganda ng mga timing niya sa second skill. Ilang beses na sa mid-game na sinubukan ni Cadenza makapag-pick off, makapasok sa backline ng RSG Philippines. But Light, well-timed second skill para mahinto yun. And then this Benedetta pick, Demon Kite went 6-0-1. Parang yung storya ng game number 1 para sa NXP EVOS, parang naging ganun yung storya ng mga RSG Philippines para sa game number 2. Kasi of course now Light, nakita natin para siya yung naging kadenza dito sa game number 2. The pickoffs, the stops, the saves on his teammates. Aqua's great positioning on the Kagura, 9 assists. At nakita natin lang beses na magbo-burst si Aqua, biglang hatakin ni Light or the other way around. And then Kenji was super disruptive of the glue. With the glue, ang dami niyang natamaan with his abilities. So many stacks of sticky na bawasan yung damage at movement speed ng mga miyembro ng NXPE, which opened it up as well for Demon Kite, who by the way, again, same points as earlier dahil sa ability kit ng Benedetta. Wow. Did so much to answer what NXPE can throw to the table. And of course, Iaknu, finally, parang like, okay na ako, nakapag-good game na ako, 7 kills, masaya na ako, sabi ni Iaknu. What a game by RC Philippines, what a comeback.
A lot of focus on Iaknu this game, no? Talagang pinahirapan ng NEXPLAY EVO. So sinubukan nilang pahirapan si Iaknu. But RSG Philippines, with that Ruby pick, nasabi mo na rin, and the Benedetta, na sagot talaga nila ang pwedeng ibigay ng NEXPLAY EVOs. But let's look at Aqua a little bit. Kasabay na rin ni Demon Kite. Wala silang deaths na nakuha this game. Both of them have 0 deaths. And usually, a jungler in a position 4, they rotate together with the position 5. Pagka connected yun, no? Yung performance ni Ruby, sa tingin mo ba naka-apekto yun kung bakit hindi namatay at all yung dalawa?
Oh, definitely. Ilang beses natin nakita na si Light. Sobrang ganda ng timing ng second skill niya to really stop the attempts of NEXPLAY EVOS to get to the backline, to burst them down with damage. But also alongside with Light, Kenji, I feel like also did a really good job as the parang secondary tank option dito ng RSG Philippines, which we can see here. Sobrang disruptive niya sa play na to.
Mm-hmm. And not just disruption, but also destruction for NEXPLAY EVOS. Ang kahit sinong mahila ni Light this game seems to be melting over the damage na nabibigay ng RSG Philippines. Now we are entering Game 3 with a 1-1 series score. This is looking to be another 5-game series na pagdadaanan ng NEXPLAY and RSG Philippines. Entering Game 3, who do you think has the edge here based on the heroes that they have played in this series?
Oh, to be honest, that's a very tough question to answer. Ang hirap sagutin na yan at that point. Nakita natin yung with how NEXPLAY EVOS drafted game number 1. They really understood how to draft against RSG. RSG, dito naman sa game number 2, they felt like, okay, secure something for Iaknu earlier. They did that. Secure something to give the Jawhead a hard time. They secured the Ruby again. And then they just adjusted. And then they surprised with the last pick Benedetta as a jungler pick na at the same time nakasagot rin sa mga binabatan ng NEXPLAY EVO. So going to this game number 3, kitang-kita mo talaga yung mastery ng nila Coach Panda, nila Coach Zico, the coaching staffs, the staffs of both teams in terms of drafting. Lupit talaga.
Yeah, and dahil nga malupit ang parehas na coach ng NXPE and RSG Philippines as Coach Zico for NXPE and Coach Panda for RSG Philippines, magiging mahirap ang drafting war for the next few games considering na may mga tinatago pa tong strategy. My name is Tio Obomi Ignacio at kasama ko dito si Renmar Reptar Santa Cruz. You are watching SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection powered by Smart. Magbabalik tayo for an intense game number 3 between RSG Philippines and NEXPLAY EVOS after a short break.
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Giga Mania. Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Giga Mania?
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Giga Mania. Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Giga Mania?
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Giga Mania. Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Giga Mania?
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Giga Mania. Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Giga Mania?
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Giga Mania. Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Giga Mania?
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Nagbabalik ang SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection powered by Smart. Muli kami ang inyong casters. My name is Theo Ignacio at kasama ko dito si Renbar Reptar Santa Cruz. 1-1 na ang ating series score between RSG Philippines and the NEXPLAY EVOS. Renbar, entering game number 3, ano sa tingin mo pwedeng mangyari? Like, this is a very vague question, no? Anong pwedeng mangyari sa draft pa lamang? Kasi hinahit na natin Coach Zico, Coach Panda, do you think may tinatago pa? Lalabas ba ulit yung darkness, yung Hellcurt? Parang gusto ko ulit makita yun
Yeah, I think Hellcurt maybe at some point baka ilalabas siya if the situation calls for it, but right now for the picks for NEXPLAY EVOS, it was alright. No problems with that. Actually, the other option na pwede nila piliin sa gold lane yung NEXPLAY EVOS kanina could have been a Claude. But then, sobrang understandable kung bakit hindi nila pinili. They are up against a Ruby and they're up against a Brody. So kahit hintayin ni Donut yung pang-entry niya with the BMI Blazing Duet, kung Claude nga yung ginamit niya nung game number 2, ang hirap pa rin i-execute na yun kasi sa sobrang crowd control meron yung RSG. So, NEXPLAY EVOS just went safe, played the Kimmy. That's understandable, but then RSG lupit lang ng draft nila din at the same time at game number 2. So, I love this. Nakita natin with both coaching staffs, both teams, battle of the minds.
Battle of the minds talaga. And entering game number 3, I just want to see kung may lalabas bang mga bago. Kasi si Demon kahit na bago, may nilabas na bagong Benedetta in SIBOL 2022. Si H2O yesterday, may nilabas na Hellcurt. All the while, this is entertaining for us casters. This is hard work done by teams behind the scenes.
Yes.
Kadalasan kasi yung mga ganitong mga unique na composition, hindi natin to nakikita na agad-agad. Yung mga lumalabas dito sa mga official tournament, pinaghirapan talaga ng mga team to para magawa nila in an actual tournament match. Now, Renmar, you have coached teams before in several esports titles, no? When you're making a composition that's real, let's say, not part of the current meta, what are the things that you take in consideration?
The most important thing is tatanungin mo yung player mo na kung komportable ba sila, kung sino man gagamit yung hero na yun na hindi meta. Kasi hindi lang naman sa yung players nakikinig sa coach I'm sure lahat, and I think there have been times where we've seen them draft together na lahat ng mga teams, collaborative process talaga. Tinatanong nila yung player, ano yung feel mo gusto laruin ngayon? Because there are some things that only the player can determine. So, most important of all, kung if you're gonna play something na hindi meta or a unique pick for this meta, the players will talk about it with their coach.
Let's see if the coaches and the players are ready. Let's enter the Smart Picks and Bans for game number 3. Experience the power of Smart 5G in over 4,900 sites nationwide. Switch now to experience the difference. Visit smart.com.ph/MNP to learn more. Hashtag muling lumakad matatag and hashtag SIBOL powered by Smart ang ating official hashtags para sa SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection. Fanny muli ang unang ban ng NEXPLAY EVOS at RSG. Sabi nila, Donut, hindi ka makakapag 1-1 buong series na to.
Yeah. And next play was din nila ibigay yung joke kay Light. So, in terms of the bans, things are gonna look very similar. Isang pick lang magva-vary. RSG, actually, inisip nga nila kung tatanggalin pa nila yung Valentina eh. But at the same time, blue side yung next play EVOS. So, RSG giving the Valentina could be very difficult. Unless may planong handang RSG PH kontra sa isang Valentina, but right now it looks it's very difficult. Isipin mo, lahat ng drafts ng SIBOL 2022 national selection, andun si Valentina, yun, andyan na naman yung Valentina na yan, pero ngayon na-ban, isang beses lang na-pick.
And the Valentina power, kasi the power of Valentina, alam naman natin kung gaano kasakit. Especially, isa lang yung example natin pinakita ni Creed. Pero the thing about it is, would you really want to risk one game? Sobrang importante ng one game dito eh. Hindi ka pwede, walang download game dito. Kumbaga, you need to win as much as games as possible. Now, Esmeralda will be the third ban for NEXPLAY EVOS. Very similar to how they banned last game.
Yeah, in game number 1, same bans exactly. NXPE. Let's see what RS will take out. Still taking out the Matilda, so we're expecting the Matilda of Apple Pisha, or we know him as Mr. Genial Bataan Yelihins. So mid lane picks are gone for him. NXPE first picks. Baka hindi na go ahead. Maybe they'll pick up the Edith first now. Or they can also pick up something like the glue if they're willing to first pick the glue. So I'm thinking either... glue nga!
Yeah, glue. Naglalaro ba ang RSG ng Faramis? No? Yun yung tanong natin ngayon. Kasi alam naman natin that glue, ang pinaka-kinakatakutan niyang tao ay si Faramis. Hindi nga tao si Faramis, pero kinakatakutan niya. So, RSG Philippines, we have two heroes na pwede nilang kunin. The Ruby is still open to take for Light. The Pakito is open for Demon Kite. There are a lot of power picks.
Yeah, you can pick up the Ruby again for Light, the Pakito, two heroes that make the most out of all the stickies of Glue Movers. Din nila yung mga sticky ni Glue. Unless they want to pick up their gold laner now, but masyadong maaga pumili ng gold laner. Siguro sa third pick para sa RSG, but nope, they actually pick up the Brody. Still want to make sure that Brody gets on the hands of Iaknu. Maganda din naman yung game number 2 niya, so that's a good pick. Pero Uranus is a surprise. Sa sobrang daming power picks, RSG played it safe with their picks. Inuna muna nila yung mga side lane picks nila.
Yeah, that is very surprising, no? Hindi nila kinuha ang Ruby, hindi nila kinuha ang Pakito. Pero another dead lane matchup in the XP lane. If ang Glue ay mapupunta sa XP against this Uranus, maghihilan lang tong mga to, magpiprizan ng lane. Pwede na nating kalimutan saglit na meron tayong XP lane. Tapos panoorin lang natin kung anong mangyayari sa gold lane and mid lane. That is just the sad truth of XP lanes right now. Talagang sustainan lang kung ganito ang matchup. Now, 12 seconds to choose kung ano ang sunod na two heroes ng NEXPLAY EVOS. Clint versus Brody muli ang ating matchup, similar to Game 1. Pero nanakawin ng NEXPLAY EVOS ang Kagura ni Aqua.
Surprising that NEXPLAY EVOS still did not pick up the Edith. So baka tanggalin na yun ng RSG going to the second phase. So, still a lot of options. Wala pang jungle picks nakita. So, I think NEXPLAY EVOS and RSG, they're both putting a lot of importance sa mga jungle picks nila. Ayaw nila ma-outpick in the jungle. If you pick up a Pakito na, alam na ng NEXPLAY EVOS, magiging jungle yan. Kasi meron na silang Uranus. So, baka roam pick for Light. They can pick up the Ruby if they want to. Pero tingnan natin. If they show a healer or a healing type support. Oh, no. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, it's a safe pick on the Hayabusa. Not much to worry about for the Hayabusa.
Yeah, the Hayabusa, more like a steal against H2O siguro, considering that H2O has played a lot of Hayabusa na successful in SIBOL 2022. Banning phase, the second banning phase of this game. 35 seconds for RSG to choose kung sino ba ang sunod nilang ibaban. Meron ng gold mid and possible XP laner for NEXPLAY EVOS. They could possibly just take out more actually more cores, take out the Lancelot or anything that they think H2 is really good at.
Yeah. Actually, RSG, there we go, they take out the Pakito. Lancelot or Ling might be the options for removal, but considering how they're up against a Brody, the Brody yung corrosive strike second skill niya will help. I'm surprised NEXPLAY was actually opted to take out the Ruby. Pero considering din naman na first pick pagkatapos ng banning phase na to ay RSG, they wanted to play it safe. They didn't want to give it to Light. But it still also could have been an option for NEXPLAY EVOS. But as it stands, Light for his roam pick, meron pa din naman siya mga options. Actually, he can play the Jawhead if he wants to. Kufra still available, pero right now wala pa tayo masyadong nakitang picks on the side of NEXPLAY EVOS that can actually warrant picking up the Kufra.
Jawhead ban coming in from RSG Philippines. Parang binibigyan na nila ng signal na, sige, pag nag-Kufra kami, wala ka ng panagot na Jawhead. So NEXPLAY EVOS, siguro pinag-iisipan na nila kung tatanggalin ba nila yung Kufra, and that severely limits the amount of position 5s that we actually can play in this game number 3. Men, mukhang may makikita tayong Atlas at mga iba pa.
Oh, baka. NEXPLAY EVOS have a record of Akai with them, but let's see if RSG's 4th pick will warrant an Akai pick up. Ruby's gone for Cadenza. Kufra's gone for Cadenza. Pwede din naman sila well, even though hindi pa natin makita, baka isipin mo, baka tank glue to. Could be a post 5 glue. Edith bukas rin, baka may post 5 Edith dito si Cadenza. So, actually, there are still a good amount of options. Yung mga Rafaela, nandyan pa. Estes, if they want to. If yung gusto nila, grabe, RSG, kinukuha yung mga roamers talaga.
Wow, Lolita. And now, konti na lang ang option for NEXPLAY EVOS. Feel like this should be an Edith pick already for them despite may Lolita sa kabila. Because right now, no, stat-wise talaga napakaganda na Edith, especially kapag nakapag-stack ka ng armor, that Hayabusa, that Brody, mahihirapan talaga sila sa'yo. But let's see kung anong magiging choice ni Coach Zico this game around. Nararamdaman ko yung tension. Hindi ko alam kung ako lang ba parang tensyonado yung draft na to eh.
Yeah, it is. High tension draft. Hinihintay ko rin yung anong ba kung maging anong pick. Uy, Saber ulit. Okay. Run it back. Backline pin down para sa Brody and Hayabusa. And they pick up the Grok. Double tank setup para sa NEXPLAY EVOS. They need a lot of burst para sa nila. Para sa mid lane nila. Farsa will be tough to play here with the Saber. Oh.
Ano kaya ang pipiliin na RSG Philippines? Ang hirap nang mag-guess, no? Kasi this is already this is the reason why we have professional coaches at kung bakit hindi tayo professional coach. Napakalupit ng mga coaches ng ating SIBOL 2022 teams, and we just have to wait and see kung ano ba talagang choices nila. The Lilia will be the matchup against that Kagura.
Yep. Lilia pick up, any other pick would have a really difficult time. Mahirap mag-Eve dito, mahirap mag-Farsa dito. So they pick up the Lilia. Considering looking at the lineup of NEXPLAY EVOS, they have a lot of burst. At least merong black shoes yung Lilia para ma-reset yung damage na yun. Force out ultimates, and that could be a very big thing para sa RSG Philippines. Great drafting from both sides. The Lilia pickup answers what they needed. Kailangan nila ng burst magic damage. This Grok and this Glue will be rocking support emblems. Baka Avarice, as we've seen Glue XP laners, tas yung pull yourself together para sa Grok. So they won't have the same tankiness as having a tank emblem, but once they have their items built up, manenegate nila unti yung damage output ng RSG, but not so much. So again, what a draft by both sides. Lilia was a great first pick, a last pick by RSG.
And this is a crucial game 3 dahil kung sinong mananalo dito ay mapupunta na sa match point na talagang nakakapagbigay ng pressure sa kung sino man yung hindi mananalo this game number 3. At huwag na nating patagalin pa, pasok na tayo sa Land of Dawn for game 3 between RSG Philippines and NEXPLAY EVOS, with both teams securing a victory already.
Now, nakita mo si Cadenza at si Light. It's like, hello, it's me. Alam ko na dyan ka.
Tayo na naman.
Itong dalawa na naman eh. tayo na naman.
Mukhang 5 games
Uy,
tayong
wala
ganito.
Oo. Pero tama din naman yung ginagawa nila. I think for Light and Cadenza, parang in terms of playstyle and ano yung role nila para sa team, hindi sa pag-roam pero in terms of like setting up. Alam nila yung yung teams nila mataas yung dependency sa kanila para makikot sila sa mapa, para makagalaw, para makahanap ng opportunity to get a kill or a team fight win. So, kaya lagi silang yung dalawa na yung nakita natin magkalapit.
And Light, no, talagang ginugulo si H2. So, tinawag niya ni H2, Cadenza, halika nga dito. Si Light, kanina pa ako ginugulo. And now, binabantayan na ni Cadenza, minimirror na niya si Light in his rotation. And usually, no, kung hindi mirror ang sagot ng mga tanks sa isa't isa, naghihiwalay talaga sila. Yung isa gumagawa ng crossbar plays, Apple P siya. Yelly Haze, very low on HP. Pero alam naman natin, atapang tao to. Demon Kite, nag-aanap ata na play with a shadow kill. First blood for RSG Philippines.
Actually, we weren't able to see the kill, but what happened was Demon Kite dumaan siya sa purple buff area ng NEXPLAY EVOS. Nakapag-shadow clone siya. And of course, the shadow clone reached right beside Yelly Haze, yung Kagura, and Demon Kite was just able to finish the job.
And yun talaga ang kailangan mong isipin kapag level 4 na ang isang Hayabusa. Kung magre-recall ka, siguraduhin mong walang biglang dadating. The RSG Philippines, because of that kill, they're going to have a positional advantage, or in fact, 50-50 nga ang control over this turtle area. H2O though, going back to his purple, which means RSG, they have control over his turtle.
Yeah. And also, NEXPLAY EVOS, they understand na nahirapan si Yelly Haze sa mid lane dahil nga si Aqua on that Lilia will be a match-up difficulty for Akagura. And good attempt by Oreshi na ma-disrupt, pero wala siyang retry. It is gonna be Demon Kite who gets the turtle without a problem.
And now Demon Kite will be invading the orange side jungle of RSG, of NEXPLAY EVOS rather. Makakanakaw siya ng konti. And ganun din naman ang ginagawa ng H2. So a lot of vertical jungling na nakikita natin from both junglers. Talagang nag-aagawan sila kung meron silang makita.
And now, I think a good amount of who will win the objective fights is sino ba makakalamang sa isa't isa sa mid lane. Aqua and Haze have such important roles in the team fights that mabilis din naman sila parehas mag-wave clear. Pero pag nagbabaton ng payong isang Kagura, yun yung most vulnerable yung Kagura. Pero at the same time, if Aqua isn't careful, baka yung payong na yun, may yun niyang overturn siya.
Oh, shadow kill with a quad shadow! Pero nasa low ni Yelly Haze ng konti. Munti ka na si Cadenza doon.
No, good catch by Yelly Haze na na-split yung damage ng shadow kill sa kanya.
That could have been a crucial kill, no? Snowball na sana si Demon Kite if he did get a kill there. But what's surprising right now is NEXPLAY EVOS, they can't seem to find an opportunity considering na alam naman natin Saber, one of the best early game assassins.
Yeah. And one Saber triple sweep ultimate ang magiging game changer para sa NEXPLAY EVOS. Si H2 naman nakakapag-farm na maayos, undisrupted, no deaths yet. So, again, triple sweep can still change the game para sa NXT.
And they're stealing away some camps from RSG Philippines. This could be a massive rotation towards Mr. Manao, Giriaknu. They're gonna go for the tank first. At mukhang babagsak na ang Lolita with the turtle control going to the hands of NEXPLAY EVOS. Aqua looking for a possible play here. Heftas his pickup from H2O. RSG Philippines, for some reason, despite losing out, may control pa rin sila sa turtle.
Yeah, good block by Cadenza using the Guardian's Barrier. Kasi kung nakaabot yun sa Demon Kite, hindi magre-reset yung turtle. Pero dahil na-block ni Cadenza, yung daan ng turtle, he had to get out of the range, so na-reset siya. And for NXP, nag-back out sila kasi tatlong ultimate na expend nila para sa pag-takedown ni Line. So they know RSG Philippines would have stolen it!
Triple sweep combo once again from H2O. Bagsak na naman si Light and RSG Philippines. That is the second time na nahuli muli ang kanilang position 5. This is deja vu for Light ng Game 1. And NEXPLAY EVOS showing what's up.
Light given a
Red team
lot
has
of this
slain the turtle.
from NEXPLAY EVOS. Pero yung turtle ay napunta pa rin sa side ng RSG. Again, dahil nga kailangan mag-expend ng ultimate sa NEXPLAY EVOS to get those pick-offs right away. Without the triple sweep, without the wild charge, kahit na 3 versus 1 with that Hayabusa there, you're running the risk of the turtle getting stolen. So, buti lang NEXPLAY EVOS also understand that even though naka-pick off sila, hindi nila pinaforce yung turtle na yun kasi mas delikado pa yun if they're gonna do that without their ultimates.
And now NEXPLAY EVOS, they are behind by 1k gold against RSG Philippines despite lamang sa kills. This is mostly because of turret shielding na nasimot ata ng RSG Philippines. Let's see on how NEXPLAY EVOS could try to actually capitalize from the power spike that they have. Ito na nga. Light, nako, mag-ingat-ingat ka.
Yun yung mga yung caster vision natin na ano tayo para sa mga players, ang daming miyembro ng NEXPLAY EVOS doon.
Ayan na naman, pero sabi wag naman si Light, yung isa naman, si Iacno ang bumagsak. And Donut looking for some damage here on Demon Kite, pero sadly, the shadow kill was already used up. Hindi namatay si Donut. May nagdidelarski move sa gitna, may dumerman ka. Nakita ko si Kenji. Pero wait na nga, Aqua, very low HP. Hindi na ata nakapag-black shoes. Wala nga atang black shoes nung time na yon. I'm checking right now. Men, pinasabog ng NEXPLAY EVOS.
Actually, ginamit niya ako yung black shoes niya. Naibalik siya sa tabi ni H2, which was just easy burst for him. And right now, NEXPLAY EVOS changing up their target priorities. Kanina na-pick off nila si Iacno. Great decision to triple sweep onto the Brody. At ngayon, si Oreshi, ang ganda yung pag-disrupt niya kay Demon Kite. Na-force out na nga yung yung shadow kill.
And even taking him back with the quad shadow, Demon Kite severely low on HP. My God, Oreshi with the play. Solo killing the jungler.
And ladies and gentlemen, nakita nyo kung bakit naging priority pick bigla si Blue. My goodness, Womi.
Grabe yun that single-handedly gave, destroyed the purple buff for RSG Philippines and gave a turtle to NEXPLAY EVOS, Oreshi, which they call a silent killer for NEXPLAY EVOS. Not so silent in that play, napaka-flashy nun.
Oo. And wow, just like that, dahil sa mga multiple pick-offs na kuha nila sa mapa, NEXPLAY EVOS are still in this, still even actually, 1-1 in the towers, not a massive gold lead for either side, so still a close game. But now RSG Philippines, kung saan man magpo-position sila, kailangan din nila may malapit, well not too close, but just in case na H2 decides to use the triple sweep, that they can stop it, just like this.
Cadenza looking for something, torn apart memory, nagamit agad na maaga at mukhang babagsak sa Iacno with the triple sweep. Oh my God, NEXPLAY EVOS take him down. No, wait a minute. Oh my God, RSG, Aqua with a turnaround play. Miracle play for Aqua. 3-4-1 ang naging trade with that rotation.
Blue team turret has been destroyed.
The Lilia burst damage. Light, naitama din niya yung Numenon Blast. Again, NEXPLAY EVOS, hard focus kay Iacno. Na-take down nila si Iacno, but that Lilia just exploded NEXPLAY EVOS.
My God, that is unexpected. But Aqua is known for miracle plays like that, for clutch plays for RSG Philippines. That was almost a perfect dive from NEXPLAY EVOS, pero yung Ninja Min talagang napakasakit. And now, RSG Philippines suddenly turning the tides of battle. Sila naman ang magpo-push dito sa bot side.
Aqua really watching his positioning, hindi siya dumikit dun kay Iacno. Yes, Iacno was picked off, but then again, it's same for both sides. So NEXPLAY EVOS, kung yung Lilia naman yung ita-target nila, well, may Purify siya, may Black Shoes siya. So it's really hard for NEXPLAY EVOS to just pick off this Lilia. So of course, rightfully so, they made the right decision na i-pick off dun sa Iacno, but they just were not ready sa burst damage at na-crowd control din nila si Light. Kenji was also there. He was able to survive through it. Malit lang yung damage na nilalabas ng Uranus, but it's still damage at the end of the day.
Another concealed play here from Cadenza. Pero wala silang mahanap this time around. NEXPLAY EVOS, they are behind by almost a 1K gold here for RSG Philippines. And sobrang close game na ating game number 3. Ramdam ko na ang best of 5 dito. Ramdam ko na yung game 5. Pero paano kaya matatapos tong game number 3 na to?
Yeah, maganda yung mga pwesto ng teams right now. Light and Cadenza as well. Medyo malayo si Yakno, but same goes for H2. At alam din ni Yakno, parang nararamdaman niya, uy, baka may parang naghihintay sa akin sa lane yun. So hindi na pinush ni Yakno yung lane. H2 backs off, and dalawang teams naghanap lang ng isang opening dito sa Lord fight. And Kenji, Oreshi, hindi yan ipapabalik ni hindi niya ipapapunta si Kenji dyan sa Turtle or sa Lord area na yan. Mag-clear siya ng clear, susubukan niya unahan si Kenji dun sa Lord pit.
Right now, RSG Philippines over the back of Mr. RV Calderon, that is Aqua. Kita ang kanyang napakalaking hambag this game. Talagang kaya naging even game ulit tayo dahil dun sa play na ginawa ni Aqua sa 4K kanina. But right now, Kenji doing the German cut, pays the price for it. Immediate Lord take here for RSG Philippines. Cadenza looking for the wild card. The two-man knockup Ureshi trying to disrupt. Sino kayo makapasecure ng Lord? Masesecure ni Demon Sky. Bumagsak na si Kenji. Magbabayad pa sila ng pandandag. Mukhang hindi na. RSG, they secure the
Blue
Lord.
team turret has been destroyed.
What a take by RSG Philippines. So nakita na ni Kenji at nakita nila na, uy, 3 miyembro nandito. Umalis sila Donut, si Apepisha, at saka si H2 para ma-pick off si Kenji. Of course, understandable kung bakit nila ginawa yun. But then RSG Philippines found the opening. They rushed the Lord, and Demon Kite using the shadow clones to perfection. Kasi kung hindi maganda yung pagpwesto ng shadow clones, he didn't put that out. Well, baka may chance pa na nakawan ng NEXPLAY EVOS yung Turtles na yun. Great win para sa RSGPH.
Nahuli si Aqua ng split-split. Ngunit wala na rin siyang Black Shoes. Pinabagsak na naman ni Ureshi ang isang priority target, pero quad shadow with a shadow kill. Ang sagot naman ni Demon Kite. He's gonna fall down. Here we go. 2 people already down for NEXPLAY EVOS. At sunod na nga ata si Cadenza. 3 people down for NEXPLAY. And RSG Philippines evens out the kill score. My God, a series of plays from RSG.
Blue team turret has been
Oh
destroyed.
man, na-split yung damage ng shadow kill. Pero yung saktong last 2 or 3 hits na punta kay Yelly Haze, kay Apple Pisha, and of course, at the end of the last hit, Demon Kite, napa-basic attack lang niya. Doon si Yelly Haze. Unfortunate. Yun yung naging damage split. But now, RSG Philippines, back-to-back big wins across the map. At sila na ang may control sa laro na to.
And we could see that in the gold as well. Lamang na sila ng more than 3,000 gold for against NEXPLAY EVOS. And now Cadenza still trying to make a play for NXPE. Delikado na to, no? Kasi alam naman natin Saber early to mid game talaga. By late game, medyo mahihirapan ng makahanap ng opportunities. And now RSG Philippines fully aware. In fact, ang ganda nung ginawa nila kanina, yung German cut to a Lord take. RSG Philippines suddenly ahead.
43 seconds pag mag-spawn yung Lord. Di naman gaano kalaki din ang lead ng RSG Philippines. So para sa NEXPLAY EVOS, very doable, maka-comeback sila. But target prioritization at positioning, yun yung problema nila eh. As long as Aqua and Yaknu watch their positioning, it will always end up being a trade. Most likely. Pero things like that, yung ginawa ni Donut na force out yung Black Shoes, pero mabilis-bilis din naman yung cooldown na yan, bago mag-team fight, will be a big help for NXPE.
And kita rin natin, no, yung impact na nawawala kapag nakakapitas si Ureshi. Kanina napitas niya si Demon Kite at kanina rin naman napitas din niya si Aqua. So Ureshi definitely playing really well this game. But NEXPLAY EVOS is still struggling. RSG Philippines is playing the macro game quite well.
Yep, the split push coming in from Kenji, forcing reactions by one or ngayon, 2 miyembro ng NXPE. So RSG Philippines, I think nakita nila na dalawang miyembro doon, pero dahan-dahan muna sa Lord. Hindi pa nila pwede rush to just in case ready sila mag-reset.
Lord, 3/4 HP. I-reset lang nila ng pakunti-kunti. Now, Cadenza forcing out the Lord reset. Mata dito kay Uranus na talagang magiging malaking hadlang sa next play EVOS.
Divine Glaive, binuo na dito ni Aqua. Although alternatively, yung mga sinabi ko kanina for NXPE, yes, it's hard for target priority. It will end up being a trade. RSG Philippines, dapat mag-ingat sila sa pang setup capability ng next play EVOS. They have 2 big frontliners. At kung hindi sila mag-ingat, baka ma-setupan sila.
No, Aqua forced out the black shoes. Napaaga ata. Ito na si Ureshi. Nahuli si Aqua. Ibabalik niya sa kamatayan. And NXP, no! Look at the damage from Manalita. No, the stuns. In the backline, si H2O naghahanap pero babagsak na si Clint with the Brody. And there you go with the counterplay. The Kagura, H2, Apple Pisha still alive. Light and Genji will be the men for RSG Philippines. At si Apple Pisha na nga ang sunod. LA's goes down. Ureshi at Cadenza na lamang natitira. Si Demon Kite makakalayo with the quad shadow. That is a 3-for-2 trade-off na lamang ang RSG Philippines.
Blue team turret has been
Yung
destroyed.
dalawang frontliners na next play EVOS, dahil sa ginawa nila, walang Lord para sa RSG PH. Pero sila ang naiwan dito. But that was a good call for NXPE. They focused the backline. Nawala kaagad si Aqua. Iaknu was caught off guard at Demon Kite hindi nakapag-focus sa Lord. At susubukan ulit dito ni Ureshi and Cadenza. They're doing everything they can to stop this, pero malayo-layo pa si H2. Hindi pa nakaka-respond.
Sino kaya makakapag-secure nito? May makikita ba tayong miracle steal? Malayo pa si H2. Demon Kite. Timing is retribution. And there you go. Lord is covered for RSG Philippines. Si Ureshi ay nakahulin naman ng isa. Kenji, buhay pa rin. Going with the regen from this Uranus. Light might just be in trouble. Guardian Bulwark still alive, pero immortality is popped. Kung matatapos ba? And there you go. Bagsak na nga rin Cadenza with another good play. Next play EVOS. They do survive that. Pero RSG Philippines, meron silang Lord.
Yung tanong dito, ano pa makukuha ng RSG PH? Hindi ata makakapag-charge hindi makakatama yung Lord din sa mid lane. Turret ng NXP EVOS. By the way, that's 2 team fights now. Back to back. Maganda yung mga Numenon Blast. Binabato ni Light. Of course, yung team fight kanina, yung unang team fight para sa Lord na yon. Light landing a crucial 3-man Numenon Blast with the Flicker, or wala ata flicker siya nung panahon niya. I think natama lang niya talaga yung Numenon Blast. Kung hindi yung natama ni Light, it probably wouldn't have been as big as a win. Pero dahil doon na-secure ng RSG Philippines yung 3 kills. So right now, yung mga tanks, mga frontliners ng dalawang teams making a lot of great plays for their squads. Si Kenji, usually not in the team fight, pero yung mga split push na ginagawa niya, nagdadagdag ng pressure sa mapa kontra sa next play EVOS.
RSG Next Play EVOS, game number 3. Even ang ating kill score pero lamang ng 5,000 ang RSG Philippines. We are already entering the late game kung saan dapat may konting kalamangan ang RSG Philippines dahil sa kanilang composition. Hindi naman ibig sabihin nito ay walang chance ang Next Play EVOS dahil meron pa rin tayong Clint na nasa kamay ni Marius Tan aka Donut.
Kanina nga nagbato lang siya ng isang enhanced basic attack. 1,200 halos ang bawas ngayon ng enhanced basic attack sa isang Uranus, by the way. So, sobrang sakit na din ng Clint na to. Kung hindi mag-iingat ang RSG Philippines, if he can land the full-on quick draw combo, na-juggle niya yung mga basic attacks niya, sobrang sakit at sobrang bilis matutunan ang mga miyembro ng RSG Philippines.
Now, RSG, they're holding on to their mid lane outer tier turret. Surprisingly, hindi pa rin ito napapabagsak ng Next Play EVOS. Meanwhile, for Next Play EVOS, talagang inhibitor turrets na lang ang natitira para sa kanila. Naghanap sila ng mga pick-offs considering na meron silang kalakasan sa paghanap ng pick-offs. Ngunit mahirap talagang makahanap. Uranus ang kanilang nakasalubong. Kaya ba nilang tapusin to? Kenji, with the immortality and the consecration, i-regen lang niya. Parang wala lang nangyari. And Ureshi is now in the back backline. Light nag-aabang ng Numinong blast.
Oh,
Nahuli si
si
H2. H2, he wants to try to escape. Makakatakas ba dito si H2? Nasa harapan niya si Kenji. Pero doon sa likod. Si Brody. Hayabusan na nga yung sunod. It's a 1-for-1 trade-off for now. Pero si Donut, makakatakas pa nga. Makaka-flicker pa. Makaka-dash pa ng palayo. In the backline talaga si Oreshi. Nakalimutan na natin. Isang malaking problema para sa RSG Philippines. Dalawa ang bumagal sa kanila. And look at that! Apple Peach with a yin-yang overturn play. Killing spree para sa Grak Cadenza on lethal position 5. And now Kenji and Light will be the ones na tatakas at mabubuhay para sa RSG Philippines.
Sinabi na ng NEXPLAY EVOS kay Oreshi. Oreshi, ito lang trabaho mo. Sa backline ka lang. Hanapin mo lang si Demon Cat. Iyak no ama kung sino man. At dahil sa mga ginagawa ni Oreshi,
Mauubos ata ang RSG Philippines dito. Immortality Surpop. Low na ang HP. Shutdown para kay Donut. Mario Stan. 4 na tao. It is Light against the world. Demon Kite is alive. 5 seconds on Aqua. Can the miracle play happen for RSG Philippines na cancel? Yung Numinon Blast. They're going for the base. Shadow King will do anything. Let's play EVOS. Next game number 3.
what a game! What a series! We are seeing the best of the best coming out of NEXPLAY EVOS at ang RSG Philippines. An unexpected turnaround play, but it was a counter-punish. Well, a counter-punish to the attempt at the counter-punish. Parang counteran eh. Isipin mo pag nasa boxing ring ka, yung mga heavyweight na hindi sila nag-guard, hindi sila nagbablock. Suntukan na lang. Haymaker kung haymaker na lang yun, tinetrade nila. At yung nangyari doon sa dulo, we'll see the highlight later on of the last fight. But looking at it, Oreshi and Cadenza, major contribution sa ginawa nila sa laro na to with disrupting Demon Kite. Oreshi, non-stop hard focus, focusing down Aqua. Nagbuo nga din siya ng Ice Queen Wand para mas lumala pa daw yung slow ng glue niya.
Maybe hindi ka talaga makakatakas kapag gano'n.
Oo. Hindi mo matatakasan yung glue. And even eventually, yung burst damage para sa RSGPH, hindi naman sa kulang, but then dahil sa dalawang mabigatin na frontliners meron ng NXPE, that burst damage won't be able to do a lot. At ilang beses din na-force out ni Oreshi yung mga and Cadenza, na-force out nila yung Black Shoes, na-force out nila yung mga Purify, hindi din makalapit si Aqua. NEXPLAY EVOS, all throughout nakita natin yung di ba? It was a question of sino ba focusin natin, si Yaknu o si Aqua? So, near the end of the game, mid to the late game, Oreshi, it seems like naging focus na talaga nila ay si Aqua. Knowing that kung naka-grab, nakapag-stick sila kay Lilia, you're gonna be forcing so many things out kasi sumasakit na din ang damage ng glue ngayon. Wow,
And
what a show.
Ito yung turnaround play, na nahanap niya si Demon Kite at sumunod-sunod na dito yung mga amazing plays coming in from the rookie Oreshi for NEXPLAY EVOS. Going on towards that massive turnaround sa later part of the game, Renmar, that actually, the trigger was a team fight won by NEXPLAY EVOS, and I can't ask kung ano bang specifically nangyari doon, but in a turnaround play like that, was it more of an RSG Philippines fault or was it a NEXPLAY EVOS thing making a great call?
It was just NEXPLAY EVOS making a great call. All throughout, it was a back and forth, but then RSG Philippines found the lead. Pagkatapos ng triple kill na yon, it was RSG Philippines in control. It was just really there in the end. Now, with what Oreshi was doing in Cadenza to pressure out Aqua, really gave RSG Philippines a difficult time. And yung laro na to, again, I will repeat it, I feel like it was a game really about the frontliners. Cadenza at Oreshi para sa NXPE, Light and Kenji. Of course, Light, ilang beses yung Luminon Blast na itama niya na maayos. He was able to block damage with the Guardian's Bulwark, get those stuns. But then at the same time for Kenji, splitting the map for RSGPH. Para sa NEXPLAY EVOS, we already talked about what Cadenza and Oreshi did. And then it was, sino yung mga makakapagsagot sa backliners, sa damage dealers ng dalawang team. But NEXPLAY EVOS it was Donut, it was H2, it was Apple Peach na nakasagot, especially in that last fight, again, because Aqua was completely just taken out. And of course, with the triple sweep, NEXPLAY EVOS can also take out Iacnus Brody.
Yeah. RSG Philippines definitely did not expect that comeback victory from NEXPLAY EVOS. And gusto ko yung added talking point natin dito. Kita natin ang mga player cams habang nangyayari. And you just know that emotions are high pagka may mga ganong klaseng comeback victories, no? Men, nakita natin, pagkapanalo nila, talaga para silang nanalo na agad ng series, just exploding on their seats, NXPE. And it's heartbreaking for RSG Philippines for sure. So, NXPE, after celebration, high emotions, like, mas okay bang kumalma? O mas okay ba na, sige, masaya tayo lahat, let's enter game number 4 ng ganito kasaya?
Oh, yung i-contain lang yung saya. Wag lang masyadong masaya, wag lang masyadong magigil. Of course, dapat nandun pa rin yung yung disiplina, yung kontrolado, pero kung mataas na yung mood nyo, masaya na kayo, keep that. That's gonna help them keep their spirits up. Motivation yun momentum yun gigil yun Keep that. I-control lang nila.
And panigurado, Coach Zico and the other staff from NXPE would be experienced enough to handle the emotions of the players like especially mga rookie to, no? Ito yung mga tipo na pag naging baka manggigil ng sobra, sana makatulong ang mga veterans doon sa kanilang bootcamp. Ngayon, for RSG Philippines, for sure, Coach Panda would be more than enough with the veteran Heath as well in their lineup to just help out everyone right now to have a reset and possibly even put this into a 5-game series katulad ng nangyari kagabi. Muli, kami ang inyong casters for this series. My name is Theo Uwomi Ignacio at kasama ko dito si Renmar, Reptar Santa Cruz. Magbabalik ang SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection powered by Smart for game number 4 after a short break.
Download the Giga Life app and register sa Giga Mania! Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Giga Mania?
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Para maging yours, download the Giga Life app and register sa Giga Mania! Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Giga Mania?
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Para maging yours, download the Giga Life app and register sa Giga Mania! Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Giga Mania?
Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Para para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Giga Mania. Ready na ba kayo sa Grand Raffle Prizes ng Giga Mania?
Nagbabalik tayo sa SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection powered by Smart. Kami ulit ang inyong casters. My name is Theo Uomi Ignacio at kasama ko dito si Renmar Reptar Santa Cruz. Game 4 na tayo between NXPE and RSG Philippines. Match point para sa NXPE. Let's talk about RSG Philippines a little bit. That game was in their control. Ano ang pwede nilang i-improve entering game number 4 to extend this series to game 5?
I think right now what we're seeing are these two teams are at the top of their game na. Undeniable. It just so happens to be one call, one play, one moment na napaikot ang kalaban nila. It's not a massive thing that they need to fix. Hindi yung kailangan nila ayusin to, ayusin that. The draft was alright. How they played was great. But they were in the lead pagkatapos ng turnaround play na yun at around the 8-minute mark or 9-minute mark in the bottom lane kung saan yung Lilian ni Aqua was able to get a double kill or it was close to a triple kill. So, right now for RSG Philippines, they shouldn't feel so down na maganda naman yung pinapakita nila so far right now. And it's both the games that we're seeing, yung series at the back and forth eh. All I just keep saying is back and forth. These two teams up. Now, hinintay ko na lang if RSG will sigurado ako hindi nila bubuksan yung 1-1 after what Donuts showed. They're really gonna respect Donuts 1-1. So, baka yung Matilda ban that they've been doing ever since game 2, baka maging glue ban yan. Or it might go back to being an Edith ban, but that's how they banned out in game number 1. And so far, I feel like dahil sa sobrang disrupted yun sa backline and RSG putting a lot of focus onto Iyakno, onto Aqua, glue ban makes sense here for RSG.
Let's see if they're gonna respect the glue. Talagang tinik sa buto. I mean, basta tinik sa ano yun?
buto.
Hindi, mali. Ano yun? Turuan mo Renmar. Tinik saan yun?
Nakalimutan ko din, hindi ko alam.
Nakalimutan ko na rin eh. Basta marang tinik sa ewan yun. Tapos basta tinik si Ureshi sa buong RSG nun. Literal eh. Pati jungler, pinupuntahan. Tapos si Aqua hindi makagalaw, especially with the Ice Queen 1. At ayan na nga sabi ng NEXPLAY EVOS, hindi nyo re-respetuhin yung glue, kukunin ulit namin ito. So NEXPLAY EVOS, they're gonna secure this glue for their first pick for their blue side. Now RSG, nasa red side sila, dalawa pwede nilang kunin. Maybe this time around, magpapakito na sila and Ruby, considering na open sila ngayon.
Yeah, they can pick, they can go Brody Ruby again. Or if not that, way more burst. Maybe Ruby and Clint this time around. Kasi at least with the Clint, pwede mo i-quick draw na mabilis yung mga mini clues. Clear that out ASAP. You have the dash to get away. But they instead go for the Brody, still a safe pick. And for same picks pa rin katulad nung game number 3. Brody and Uranus, and can't complain so much about what they showed there. So having the Uranus, it's still gonna be the same dynamic. Yung mag-split push lang si Kenji. At some point, NEXPLAY EVOS, baka mahirapan sa pag-manage kay Kenji, so kailangan nila sumagot doon. So baka sa mga second phase pa natin makita yung adjustments. RSG, imbes na Hayabusa, might pick up something else here. NXP, tingnan natin kung magkakagura ulit sila or if they'll pick more range. Bukas yung Sicilian at this point if they want to, but kung gusto nila yung burst katulad na meron sila no game number 1, Kagura might be the pick again. So far, it could be a very similar draft katulad ng game number, yung last game natin. Sicilian nga pinili nila.
Ayan na, nilabas na yung Sicilian ni Yeli Hayes, si Mr. Bataanon. Pero may naisip lang ako, yung glue ng NEXPLAY EVOS, parang ube. Pero ang ibig sabihin ng ube nila, Ureshi bonding with enemies. Didikit sa kalaban.
Pwede rin pwede rin Ureshi bonding experience.
Diba? Ureshi bonding experience. Pero ang problema, yung ube ng NEXPLAY EVOS, si Ureshi lang mag-isa. Tapos ang kadikit niya, kalaban. Diba? Masaya naman.
Ayaw ng kalaban.
Ayaw ng kalaban ka
si Ureshi masaya.
Pero si Reggie nakangiti. Tingnan mo, nakangiti nga si Glue sa picture niya. Pero jokes aside, Farsa ang panapat sa Sicilian naman ng Next Play EVOS. That is the first 3 picks for RSG Philippines. Sa Uranus to match once again to the Glue. Brody and a Clint, same matchups in the gold and XP lane, but in the mid lane, different dynamics this time around. Hindi na si Aqua ay magpa-Farsa at si Yelihis naman ay magsi-Sicilian.
Question for RSG is, ibaban out ba nila yung Saber? Are they gonna pick up the Bane? The last time nakita natin Sicilian with NXPE, game number 4 kontra sa Onyx, and they paired up Sicilian and Bane together. They had different picks, but they just need to match it up with a good roamer na pwede mang setup, pwede mang hatak. So RSG responding that, tinanggal naman nila yung Grok. So Jawhead will still be available if they want to pick it up. If they want something a bit sturdier, then pwede rin mag-Ruby dito on NEXPLAY EVOS.
RSG taking away the Grok, and Ling naman ang tinanggal ng NEXPLAY EVOS. Now, I just want to say that Aqua has been really good in this series. No, nothing against Yelihis. He is playing great as well. But I feel like for RSG Philippines, Aqua has been stepping up for their squad. In fact, yung Lilia niya kanina, yung naging target by late game dahil nga sa fact that Aqua has been doing great for the side of RSG Philippines. So I feel like in this game number 4, match point for NEXPLAY EVOS, by the way, kailangan talaga nilang umasa sa pwedeng gawin ni Aqua this game or even activate Iaknu sa gold lane. Kaso hirap na hirap silang gawin yun dahil NEXPLAY EVOS, they have been focusing on Iaknu for the most part. Pero ngayon, tinanggal na rin ang Benedetta. This is the first Benedetta ban in SIBOL 2022 to respect Demon Kite.
Respect. So, Pakito open for Demon Kite. Took out the Ling. Actually, it's not the NEXPLAY EVOS style, but Rafa and Bane would be alright for NEXPLAY EVOS. RSG will need that burst. Ano kung sila naman mag-Balmond? Pwede. Okay, so they pick up the Ruby, last pick jungler. So Balmond doesn't look like a pick anymore for RSG. And good thing, I said earlier, NEXPLAY EVOS, pwede nila piliin yung Ruby kung hindi ko ng RSG, would be great for them. So RSG pick it up instead.
Ruby pickup for Light. Light played an spectacular Ruby in game number 2. So no surprise that RSG Philippines wants to go back with that. Farsa and Ruby classic combo na nakita na rin natin sa mga earlier matches of SIBOL 2022. Pero nakuha ko na ang sagot kanina rin, may mga nag-message sa akin ngayon lang. Tinik daw sa lalamunan, so shoutout na lang sa lahat ng mga nag-message. Maraming salamat sa pagtulong sa amin dito sa broadcast ng SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection. Kufra and Pakito will be the ones to finish out the composition of NEXPLAY EVOS. Ano kaya ang panakos ng RSG Philippines?
Usually mga Balmond plays ni Demon Cat, they pair it up with a Rafael, could be a Bane. Lancelot actually bukas pa, pero kalaban nila Kufra, kalaban din nila Glue. So it's either Lancelot or Bane here para kay Demon Kite. A very, very tough choice para sa RSGPH. Great last 2 picks for NEXPLAY EVOS. Kinuha din nila yung Pakito, made that this far open. They get the Kufra. Madaming dashes on the side of RSG Philippines, especially if they pick up the Lancelot. So, Karina. Okay.
Ooh. An interesting pickup here for RSG Philippines. No, they do have a good source of physical damage sa Brody, no, but this is very heavy on the magic damage, considering that Uranus as well deals magic damage. It's gonna be a fun time. Just build Athena's shield. But this may be something similar sa pinakita ni Weiss nung other day. I think it was a Demon Slayer Karina that built a Thunderbelt in dire-diretso ng tank items. It is still a possibility, but Reptar, quick analysis on the early game. What can we expect entering game number 4?
NXPE and RSG both have the right tools to up the tempo, pero because of them having the Paquito, alam naman natin yung burst damage niya, NXP can play a fast game. Kasi if they play a fast game with a lot of skirmishes, it doesn't always have to lead up to a kill. Papadamihan mo din yung opportunities dito ni Hayes na makapakuha ng mga stats niya for the Sicilian as well in the mid lane. And at the same time, kung hindi sila maghanap ng skirmish, they can just did what they did in the previous games at maglagay sila ng mga pressure sa gold lane. Yeah.
Let's see if the pressure will be real for RSG Philippines. Match point na para sa NXPE. Let's enter the Land of Dawn for game number 4 between RSG Philippines and NXPE. Things are bound to get heated up this game number 4.
RSG Philippines, I think, sobrang i-contest talaga nila yung mga turtle dito. Of course, again, if you allow H2 to get the turtles without a problem, magiging problema talaga yun kasi mas mabilis sila mag-snowball. So RSG Philippines will be smart about it. Kinuha din, they went straight for the Lethal Wanderer as well. Tingnan na lang natin yung pathing ng dalawang teams kung saan sila magka-clash.
And RSG Philippines really quick on their rotations. No? Si Demon Kite nandun agad malapit sa gold lane. And it's just the power of the Karina, especially in the early to mid game. Napakabilis talaga mag-clear niyan. And now Aqua responding around the gold lane. And no Feather Air Strike available. Quite an early rotation coming in from Aqua, but you love to see pressure.
Yep, dahil sa lamang na nakuha ni Aqua sa mid lane, actually one level ahead already for Applepecia. Tsaka wala namang minion wave sa gitna. Pinauwi niya dun si Gaze. So it made sense for Aqua, RV Calderon to go for that rotate topside.
And this is a Demon Slayer. A Demon Slayer, actually, Karina emblem here. Similar to what Wise showed the other day. No? But first blood, off-cam, goes to the hands of H2O. Mr. John Paul Salonga. Let's go to the bottom lane. Magkakaroon po ng trade-off doon. It is a 1-for-1 and a 1v1. Demon Kite, H2O. Sino ang mananaig? Mukha, wait lang ha. Oh! John Paul Salonga with an outplay. And H2O goes in for 2 kills early on.
Para sa game 4 na to, Salonga 1, Caranto 0. Sigurado ako ma-update yung tally na yan all throughout. Great duel by both teams. In the end, dahil si H2, meron pa siyang retry noon. He was able to get the burn damage onto Demon Kite. He almost was taken down by Demon Kite. Ang ganda ng pinakita ng dalawang junglers.
Man, these junglers, talagang the best of the best already in SIBOL 2022. Ang sino mang matatalo sa series itong third place, respectable yon. Cadenza going in towards Kenji. Consecration is still available, pero mapag-secure ng turtle ay ang RSG Philippines at immediate kill para kay Demon Kite with the reset. And they're gonna steal away the camp. H2O, pinanood lang mangyari yon. Now RSG Philippines, they are ahead a little bit in terms of gold.
And as I said earlier, RSG Philippines, contest talaga nila yung turtle. They're not gonna allow H2 to get that freely. And importante din dito yung mga ginagawa ni Alpha. His positioning, his timing with his abilities. X-factor yan para sa RSG.
Oh! Demon Kite! Bigla ang pinasok even with the flicker burn out of Cadenza. You gotta respect the damage from this Karina, men.
Bilis ng papito dito ni Demon Kite. And able to really maximize Shadow Assault for the burst damage. Nata-timing din niya yung dash. So ngayon, RSG Philippines.
Shadow Assault once again. Dance of Blades. Blocking a little bit of damage. Pero hindi mo mag-block ang Bat's Impact. And men, alam mo, sobrang lethal ngayon. And the Demon Kite, I'm not quite sure if he's gonna transition to a tank build. But Kenji, nahanap dito ni H2 and ni Ureshi. And he's gonna back off. A lot of burst damage coming in from this combo.
Mirror push para sa bottom lane for NXPE dahil grabe yung bawas ng RSG Philippines. Halos lahat, buong energy shields sa lane ni Donut na simot ng RSG Philippines. So, ang daming gold din nakuha nila. Kitang-kita din sa numbers natin. Close to a 2,000 gold lead for RSG PH. This is game number 4 of the lower bracket finals here in the SIBOL 2022 national selection.
Man, Demon Kite at 3-1 after losing that 1v1 against H2O. Nakabawi siya sa ibang lanes. It could potentially turn this around if they go in for an early kill on Donut. Clock of Destiny pick up. Sino nakakuha nun? Okay, Demon Kite has secured the grab. Cadenza might be in trouble. Turtle, 3-4 HP, but off-cam kill once again with the hands of H2O. But that means Turtle will be going to the hands of RSG Philippines.
Adjustment by NXP dahil alam nga nila na RSG Philippines mag-focus talaga sa Turtle, H2 and NXP adjusting para ma-pressure nila yung kabilang side lane. So sa bottom lane sila mag-push. Meanwhile sa RSG PH naman sila nag-focus sa top lane.
Turret has been destroyed.
A mirrored or cross-map play here. Nice play coming in from Light. Nahila pa balik and the clip immediately goes down. Donut is out for 12 seconds and RSG Philippines very decisive on that play.
This Light and yung Aqua Light combo, sobrang malaking bagay ito para sa RSG Philippines here in this game. Farsa, the Ruby, perfect setup opportunity para kay Aqua, and so far he is making the most out of it. 1-0-1 on the scoreline. Meanwhile, Demon Kite and H2 parehas may 3 kills. Demon Kite may 1 death now, but both turtles of the game so far going to the RSG jungler.
Feathered airstrike plus the combo. Immediate na bumagsak dito si Cadenza. Si Light na nga tayong sunod. Hinahanap siya ni H2. Bats impact, bats feast. Tatama, Bataanon with his first kill of the game. And RSG Philippines, they're gonna take a 1-for-1.
Tanks were traded out. Demon Kite sinubukan niya kunin yung purple buff doon. Actually, great sanguine claws galing kay Daniel Bataanon. Kapag set up doon ng RSG Philippines, sakto din yon para sa Sicilian to set things up for H2. But there've been more kills, pero NEXPLAY EVOS, kaya na sila sa isang kill na kuha nila. Patulad din ng RSG Philippines.
Calderon with a feathered airstrike to just clear out a lot of those minions in the mid lane. Alleviate some pressure 5 seconds from now. Turtle ay lalabas na. RSG Philippines may positional advantage. Cadenza, muntika nang mahila ni Katipon doon. And now, Turtle, spawned. Nahanap ni H2. Shadow Assault, papasok si Demon Kite. Makakapag-jump palayo and Ureshi will stop that fight.
And now, NEXPLAY EVOS. First time in this game, meron sila magandang start or positioning dito sa Turtles. Inumpisa na ni Kenji, split push niya. Sino mananalo dito?
3-4 HP on this Turtle. Demon Kite in a nice position for a possible retribution steal. Pero sabi ni Yelly Hayes, Bataanon with a bad piece and bad impact. Sanguine Claws hindi magkoconnect. Katipo nagkamali doon sa kanyang flicker play and in the back lane. John Paul Salonga, H2O, nagahanap ng isa. Ruby goes down. Katipon goes down for the side of RSG Philippines. And now NEXPLAY EVOS will be establishing their own control on this Turtle. I feel like this will be an uncontested Turtle for NEXPLAY EVOS.
Good discipline by both teams sa RSG Philippines. Nung nawala na sila at hindi na nila finorced yung turtle take. We have to commend H2 for what he did. He could have comboed Demon Kite. Pwede na niya i-combo yung si Demon Kite kasi nandun si H2 sa may shrub sa gitna. Katabi lang niya si Demon Kite, but Demon Kite was not in the shrub. Instead, hinintay ni H2, lumapit unti si Iyakno, and nung si H2 nag-dash siya across that wall, closer to the purple buff of RSG Philippines, na burst down niya sa Iyakno, hindi niya napatay si Iyakno, but that forced the reposition para sa RSG Philippines.
Concealed play from RSG Philippines. Nahuli ata si Cadenza. Lima, dikit-dikit. Throwing apart memory para kay Sa. And Ureshi has to split away. RSG Philippines with a successful play. And they re-enter the fight.
Nahuli pa!
Double kill para kay Iyakno. Tatlong tao na lamang natitira. Donut, Shadow Assault. Medyo napasobra ata. Dito si Demon Kite. And here comes Delton Salonga. H2O with a return kill. It's a 2-for-1 exchange.
Unfortunate timing dun sa Shadow Assault activation ni Demon Kite. Saktong-sakto, pindot nun ni Demon Kite.
Massive play! Backline! Nahanap niya yung backline at si Aqua ay mapapauwi. Munti ka nang maubos ang RSG Philippines doon.
Oh, pakito sa harap. Pero si H2 dumiretso sa likod ng RSG Philippines. Pumuntikan na niya ma-burst down si Kenji. John Paul Salonga, every step of the way trying to find the turnaround point. para lang matapos na ng next play EVOS ang laban na to para sila ang pumunta sa finals. But this is still a close
Red team
game.
turret has been
NXPE at RSG.
Demon Knight, Mr. Caranto, looking for an opportunity. Si Katipon ay napapilit, mapaflicker ata pala, hindi, mapadash lamang palayo ang ating mga EVOS na pasabog ang Uranus, the first damage coming in from EVOS. Nagugulat ang RSG Philippines, and right now Lord ang call ng NXPE dahil sa pickups na yon.
Kenneth Castro, Adenza opening up the opportunity for the kills onto Villa at si Katipon. At ngayon, NXPE nakakuha ng Lord. RSG, they have to defend this tournament life match point. Who will win? NG, lang maging yan. Pero ito,
Demon Knight might be going in for a kill here, pero men, nasabi mo na, this is match point for NXPE. Hindi pwedeng magkamali ang RSG Philippines. They need this game to extend the series.
RSG3H surprising many in this tournament. Sa improvement pinakita nila, will this be their last game for SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection? Kontra sa isa pang team na marami na sorpresa sa improvement din nila with 3 rookies, Oreshi, Donat, and Cadenza. Speaking of, NXPE, naaamuntan nila, nagwawagi nila, pero matatapos ba nila ang laban dito ngayon?
Miracles are bound to happen for RSG Philippines. Gusto nilang makagawa ng isang milagro para maibalik ang laro. Nagawa nila yun kanina, pero may na-rest back ang next play EVOS. RSG Philippines, naganap na ganong klaseng oportunidad si Aqua at si Ayakno. Isang death pa lamang ang nakukuha ng dalawa pag pinagsama-sama mo. So may chance pa rin naman ang RSG Philippines. In fact, it is just a 4,000k gold lead, but they need to respect the playmaking ability of Cadenza and Yeli Hayes in this time around. Then, inhibitor turrets na lang ang umaharang sa pagkapanalo ng next play EVOS.
RSG Philippines, don't count them out just yet. They made it this far. Pero ngayon, mahirap ang pang-comeback dito ng RSGPH. 4,000 gold lead for next play EVOS. Looking at the items, Conquer Destiny, Lightning Truncheon, and an Ice Queen 1 para kay Yeli Hayes. At ang daming slows na dito na lumalabas sa side ng next play EVOS, which will make things easier para kay H2, para kay Donut to deal the damage that they need to deal, and para din sa Sicilian dahil habang lahat sila nito slow, mas mahirap iwasan ang mga abilities ng Sicilian na yan. Meanwhile, for RSGPA, full tank build kanina nga, nakita natin dito para sa RSG, Aqua and Iyaku. Main source ng damage dito para sa RSGPA.
RSG Philippines walking around their own jungle as 5. Alam nila na hindi na nila kayang makipag 3v3 lang. Kailangan 5 sila para manalo. Forced to defend their lanes as well. A lot of the jungle camps naaagaw na rin ang next play EVOS considering na may control sila over the mapa. The Lord is already up. Pwede nilang kunin yun, pero may nahanap silang isa. This could be massive. Winter's Truncheon, pero Feather Airstrike tumama sa tatlo. That's the first reason for the Demon Knight. Double kill para sa Karina, pero babagsak din ng isa. Si Oreshi na lamang at si H2 ang natitira. Aqua gets bursted down by H2. Oreshi still alive. It's a 2v5. Can they actually do this? H2 is still alive. Oreshi is still alive. Makakapag-split. Recovery in a little bit of HP. May immortality pa. Demon Knight hindi makapasok muli. Nahanap si Yaku. Immortality is buff. Can they actually go for it? A legendary John Paul Salonga is just clearing them out. And this might just be a double kill. Nakatrade up pa sila. Demon Knight still alive. Phoenix free. Another 1v1 with a great one. Nagstickeran na at nag-back off na lang. Insane plays from both squads.
Grabe yung exchange ng dalawang team! Kala na ng next play EVOS, si Demon Cat ang mauhuli pero nakapag-Winter Truncheon siya at saktong-saktong Feathered Airstrike hit galing kay Aqua. Great response by RSGPA pero hindi na wipe out ang NXP dahil si Salonga at kay Lagronio at Lord pa nga napunta sa NXPE. Ureshi and H2 keeping NXPE's Grand Finals dream alive. But RSG Philippines as well, kudos kay Demon Kite and Iyakno for holding on. Can they do it again? Makakadepensa ba dito ang RSGPH?
And that is a tough question to answer. A 2v5 scenario, but H2O with a 9-0-1 scoreline on this Paquito was able to hold it down. And of course, Ureshi as well, tanking a lot of damage. The Lord is up top. This might just be the final push, final fight. How can RSG defend this?
Delikado buhay ni Kenji. Aqua, Feathered Airstrike already committed. This point, close to 30 seconds of a cooldown for that ability.
Red team base turret has been destroyed.
Mid lane, Ureshi, backline, mid lane na lang ang inhibitor turret. They're gonna go for it first. Ngayon, ubus na ang mga inhibitor turret ng RSG Philippines. And Ureshi has to go back, half HP here. I think RSG Philippines has successfully defended their base, but right now, it is exposed and ready for the taking.
Next Lord, NXPE. Discipline pa rin. Kahit na wala ng toring RSG Philippines, hintayin nila ang next Lord. Smart minion wave management ang kailangan dito ng dalawang squads. RSG, if they can somehow push out the waves, get enough room para makaabot sila sa Lord, they might just be able to completely turn this game around. Pero dahil sa pwestuhan ng mga tanks at frontliners ng RSG,
Concealed play, it's a 5v1. Cadenza, mabubuhay nga ba dito? Nabuhay with 50 HP, pero sabi ni Iyakno, wait lang. Torn apart memory, immortalities, pop. Cadenza, Ureshi, H2O, nasa backline, makakapag-flank. Papasok si Ureshi, pero matitigil ng stun ng isang Farsa. And that is just high tension takeoffs from both sides.
What a call by RSGPH. Immortality, pop onto the Kufra. And ngayon RSGPH, no flicker for Iyakno. 35 seconds bago mag-spawn yung Lord. Saan pupunta ang RSG Philippines? Ano ang magiging call nila? That's one less immortality to worry about para sa RSG. Oh man, high tension, 17 minutes in.
17 minutes in, it already feels like parang 40 minutes na tayong nandito. Na sobrang tensionado ng laro. And man, I just gotta say, both teams deserve to be in the grand finals, but only one can come out. RSG Philippines, if they secure this, we're going to Game 5. But for NXPE, securing this means securing their grand finals appearance against Blacklist International mamayang 6 PM. Kalmalicious muna tayo mga kapatid. Buffs daw muna. Lord is already up.
Para sa fans ng dalawang teams, for NXP fans, for RSG fans, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Pero may Lord fight. Mukha mangyari dito.
Half HP para sa Lord. Reset. And nag-evolve na ang Lord. Parang Pokemon pero binalik ba? Oh my God! The damage from Donut and Feathered Airstrike mukhang tatama lamang sa isa. Si Kenji ay magtatangkin na maraming bawas. Si Light makakapag-recall pa pero si H2O nasa likod. Na-try i-burst si Demon Kite pero naka-antik kiras. Masyadong makuna ang isang arena na yun. So they just go for Iyakno. Iyakno has no flicker. He is in trouble. Kenji trying to buy some time. Pass impact na tama. At bumagsak si H2. A shutdown kill for RSG Philippines. Pero shutdown back-to-back. Sinabihan din ni Bata Anon. It's a jungler for a jungler. And now it is a 4v4.
Yung dalawang jungler na wala pero bukas pa rin yung Lord na to para sa NXPE. Tingnan natin kung tatakbo doon ng RSG Philippines para i-contest to ha. Walang jungler sa mapa para sa dalawang team. Pero lalaban nga sila. Kadesa na naman.
No retriwar. Flicker is forced out of Genji. Si Ureshi nasa backline. Mahuhuli niya kaya dito si Iyakno. Buhay pa rin naman. Oh, tumama sa ang Winston. Sila tatawa na papagsak. That is another great play. Coming in from Bataan on up in Tisha. Forces out another death from RSG Philippines. Sa 4 seconds bago mabuhay si H2O. 5 seconds naman para kay Demon Kite. Itutuloy na next day EVOS ang Lord at mukhang libre na ang Lord na ito.
Good attempt galing kay RSG Philippines. Again, they needed to do that. The surprise factor again from the NXPE front line. kahit nakapag-feathered airstrike doon si Aqua, it just wasn't the right position just yet. Athena Shield, nabuo na dito ni H2. Meron na din Ice Queen Wand si Oreshi for the glue. At susubukan muli ng RSG PH dumepensya. They will be a full 5-man squad. At they still have their Farsa. The feathered airstrike. Makiklear ba nila yung minion waves? Mamamanage ba nila ito? Who will go to the finals? Or will we go to the finals and see NEXPLAY EVOS advance? Or will we see a game number 5?
Game 5 or Grand Finals. This is the final fight. Sanguine Closet. Apple Fisha with another great
Red
setup
team
here.
hero
And the
has
Uranus
been
is
slain.
immediately down. The Lord is still alive and the base is open for NEXPLAY EVOS. A double kill for John Paul Salonga. Inuubos na nila. And NEXPLAY EVOS will go to the Grand Finals of SIBOL 2022.
Salonga, Barcarce,
Victory!
Bataanon, Vergara, Tan, Castro, Lagronio, and Dizon. You will be going to the grand finals of the 2022 national team selection. Congratulations to a well-deserved victory NEXPLAY EVOS. Pero GG, well played din to an RSG Philippines squad that improved so much from FPL Philippines Season 8. Good luck to them. GG's to them. Congrats ulit para sa NEXPLAY EVOS.
NXP and RSG Philippines, we talked about this, Renmar. Both of them deserve to be in that grand final slot, but only one team will be able to face Blacklist International later on 6 p.m. RSG Philippines, they had a dominant start in SIBOL 2022, but after their series against Blacklist, it went downhill for them. But then again, we still have a lot of things to congratulate RSG Philippines for third place for SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection powered by Smart. And of course, an exciting preview kung ano bang pwede nating makita sa kanila sa MPL Philippines Season 9.
Yeah, definitely RSGPH. It will be heartbreaking for them. Again, sobrang malaking bagay ito para sa mga players, para sa mga teams. It will be heartbreaking to say goodbye to them, and hopefully they will look at this and be happy with their performance. But let's focus on the victors, sa mga nanalo. NEXPLAY EVOS. What an evolution. Donut, Cadenza, and Oreshi, a perfect fit for the squad. Meanwhile, Hayes and H2, ginagawa lahat nila to really be the veteran presence here. That duel at the beginning, H2 winning it. And again, back and forth nakita natin. RSG Philippines getting it early on. NEXPLAY EVOS showing more discipline as well. Any of these two teams really deserve to make it to the grand finals. Kung umabot man tayo ng game 5 to one final game, kitang-kita mo talaga sobrang lakas nila. But we have to put a lot of focus here on Cadenza and Oreshi for NEXPLAY EVOS. Donut as well, yes. Not the flashiest, but in terms of positioning, staying safe, getting the farm, successful. And Oreshi and Cadenza, the double tank setup, sobrang disruptive sa backline ng RSGPH. Of course, respecting the abilities of Iaknu, who's a legend in himself, the Kingslayer, Aqua din. And RSG did everything they could. NEXPLAY EVOS, bang level lang ngayon sila.
Yeah,
NXP
I gotta
fans should be
agree.
very
And
happy.
I just wanna bring it up as well na parang first few games, no, masasabi natin that it's always gonna be Oreshi, Donut, Cadenza, or even a Yelly Hayes na talagang nagpapakita. Pero habang tumatagal yung series, parang mas nagiging potent si H2O. And this final series na kailangan nila para ma-clinch ang victory against RSG Philippines, he went 11-1-1, only dying once in this fight. Let's talk about H2O's performance in this last game of this series. Is this something that kailangan pag-isipan talaga ng Blacklist International, considering na hindi pa nga niya na ilalabas ulit yung mga unique picks ng NEXPLAY EVOS in this game number 4?
Yeah, NEXPLAY EVOS expanding their hero pool even more so for H2 this tournament. At wag natin din kalimutan yung isang play ginawa nilang dalawa ni Oreshi. The fact that after the 3 members of NEXPLAY EVOS, nahuli ng RSGPH, it was 4 versus 3 yung laban na yun. And 4 versus 2 actually. But because of H2's abilities, Oreshi holding on with the glue, Nakakuha pa nga sila ng isang kill pagkatapos noon and they forced RSG back. It could have been a big win for RSG, but they didn't play it safe. They decided to go for it. H2, year after year, tournament after tournament, this young man just keeps getting better. Undeniable yun.
Yeah, and that was a 2v5 fight, no, na talagang extended team fight yun. They were caught off guard after a big play from, I think, Aqua and Demon Kite. A nice winter truncheon for Demon Kite there to bait out more ultimates and give time for the Feathered Airstrike. But then again, nung lumipat na tayo sa fight na yon, and it was a 2v5 scenario, it was the correct call. Don't get me wrong. RSG Philippines made the correct call. It was a 2v5. Redmar, of course, lalabanan nila yon. 2v5, dalawa lang kalaban eh. But then again, they did not expect the damage output and the survivability of Oreshi and H2O in that entire 2v5 scenario that ended to an even trade after a devastating blow or a combo coming in from H2. Going back in this game, 3 Lords ang nakuha ng NEXPLAY EVOS, 2 of which nadepensahan pa ng RSG Philippines. And how do you think RSG approached that? Defensive sila for the entire game dahil nga aggressors ang NEXPLAY dito.
Yeah, they had to. Dahil sa mga burst damage pwede labas ng NXPE. If sila yung mahuli, mahirap talaga lapitan yung backline ng NXP with the Sicilian. So RSG Philippines made the right call para mas maging defensive sila, go for the counter punch. They needed to do that, and they could do that. But then they just didn't expect. Ito yung play na pinapag-usapan natin. That was just around 13 minutes and 40 seconds in. Wareshi and H2 holding on for NXPE na force back mga miyembro ng RSG Philippines. Hindi nakapag-lord ang RSG. And really in this situation, meron naman Farsa ang RSG. They have the Brody. They can defend. They can play defensive. They can go for the counter punch. But nakita din natin ngayon kung bakit sobrang mahalaga ang glue sa meta natin ngayon with, again, the backline access, yung pang-disrupt niya sa marksman at sa mage ng lineup mo at saka sa buong team with that Ice Queen wand. Of course, sticky stacks, reduce the damage that glue take, reduce the movement speed, may Ice Queen wand ka pa doon. And it is a very, very strong pick because of the adjustments that it got. Hindi lang siya tank eh. Parang naging it's like a true XP laner now in terms of what he can do. Hindi lang pang setup, pang gulo talaga. Just like a classic XP laner is.
Panggulo. Pero ano kasi, hindi ko na ipipilit yung panggulo. So, the glue pick definitely, with your analysis, Renmar, very valuable. Let's see, mamayang 6 p.m. kung mamayang 6 p.m. pa ang ating laban. Direk, I just wanna make it clear, meron po ba tayong interview with NXPE? Okay. Meron po tayong interview na magaganap kasama ang NXPE guys. So tune in lang sa SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection powered by Smart. Muli kami ang inyong naging casters. My name is Tio Omi Ignacio at kasama ko dito si Renmar Rector Santa Cruz. Abangan nyo ang interview with NXPE after a short break. Nagbabalik ang SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection powered by Smart. Tapos na ang ating series number 1, pero kami muna ang magiging casters ulit para sa interview naman this time around. Name is Theo Ignacio, kasama dito si Renmar Reptar Santa Cruz. Kakausapin natin ang mga nanalo sa ating first series today, which is NEXPLAY. So let's all welcome our special guests, H2O and Coach Zico.
Congrats!
Congratulations! Naririnig nyo ba kami dyan?
Thank you!
Mga idol? Naririnig nyo po ba kami dyan, mga idol? Okay, habang hindi pa tayo naririnig, actually pinapalapit pa natin sa mic, no? So, ayusin lang natin yan saglit kasi medyo chill na chill sila doon. Siyempre may mga ilang oras pa sila bago labanan ang Blacklist International. Pero panigunaro ng Reptar, 2 hours preparation para sa Blacklist. Ano kayang pwede nilang maaral during that time?
NXP are ready to fight. Handang-handa sila. They made it this far. They're in the grand finals of the 2022 National Team Selection. Have a lot to watch out for.
And let's hear it from them. And finally, ito sana marinig na natin. So once again, let's all welcome Coach Zico and H2O, the winner of our first series, the one facing Blacklist International sa ating grand finals. Coach, H2, rinig na po ba kami dyan ngayon?
Hello. Hello po.
Hello. Yon, congratulations muli sa inyo. No?
Thank you.
First question out of the bat, no? Anong pakiramdam na umabot sa Grand Finals ng 2022 SIBOL Team National Selection?
Sobrang saya po talaga. As in, parang sobrang overwhelming nung nangyari kasi ang daming naging struggle namin bago namin mga Grand Finals. Pero hindi pa tapos. Kaya, ang daming aberya. No? Bumaba kami yung lower bracket. Lakad matatag talaga sa lower bracket.
Nagawa nyo naman. Nakita naman natin na yung lower bracket yung climb ay naging successful yung path. Bumalik na kayo ng Grand Finals. Renmar, feeling ko meron ko pang gusto. May gusto kong itanong dito. Anong tatanong mo?
Well, tanungin ko si H2. H2, gaano katagal ba kayo naghanda para sa national team selection? Ilang buwan ba? Gaano tagal yung mga practice nyo? Ikwento mo naman.
Yung preparation po namin, nag-start po kami nung December, nag-start po kami ng December. Nag-scream, nag-practice po kami 8 hours a day, mga ganun. Then yun, scream lang sa iba't ibang bansa. Tapos nakakuha kami ng iba't ibang ganun lang po.
Kailangan ko lang din itanong, H2, yung kayong dalawa na lang ni Ureshi na iwan, tas nag-ano kayo, nag-4v2 kayo, sino nag-call nun? Ikaw ba yun o si Ureshi?
Maganda po yung position ko kasi di po nilangan na nakawala po yung kayo. Tapos nag-call po si Ureshi na, kaya ba ito H? Tapos sabi ko, sige kaya ito. Tapos nag-ibon yung parang sa harap ko, tapos kinambo ko yun, namatay. Yung damage dealer nila yun ako. Tapos then sunod na po. Kasi wala po sila masyadong damage pag inuna po yung parse.
Gusto ko lang i-add doon, H2. So, ibig sabihin ba nito, rookies yung mga kasama nyo, mga bago sa professional scene. Ikaw ay isa ng kuya ngayon, so kuya H2O ka na. Yung tiwala nyo ba para sa isa't isa in that scenario, no? Paano mo ma-measure yung tiwala nyo as a new squad, as the new NXPE? Kamusta yung tiwala sa isa't isa?
Actually, may tiwala talaga ako sa mga kampi namin ngayon, sa mga rookies na to. Kasi, sa amateur pa lang nakapanood ko sila. Tsaka yung shot caller po kasi talaga namin si Oreshi, kaya may respeto po ako sa kanya, tsaka mas nakikinig po ako sa kanya kasi galing po siya shot call. Parang siya po talaga yung shot caller namin, tsaka yung nagdidikta ng weak team, tsaka
That's a nice thing to know, no? Rookie pala ang inyong shot caller pero napaka-successful nyo na agad. So sabihin na natin, no, kung pagpalain kayo na kayo yung mag-champion dito sa tournament, kasama nyo na, kayo na ang team SIBOL, gaano ka-importante sa inyo na ma-represent ang Pilipinas sa isang international competition? Feel free to answer, Coach or H2, kayo na bahala.
Para sa akin, sobrang importante po talaga ng makapag-champion kami dito. Kasi pride po ng bansa natin yung ilalaban sa series. Kaya yun, gagawin talaga namin best namin para makuha yung championship at maging representative ng Team PH. Time ko na yun? Time ko na ito.
Ay, ano pa, no? Parang sobrang saya nyo talaga dyan and hindi ko kayo masisisi, man. That was such an intense series. Renmar, no? Kalaban nila mamaya yung Blacklist International for sure. Ano kaya ang pangano nila? Ano kayo matatanong mo tungkol doon?
Yeah, Coach Zico, first question though before we ask about Blacklist International, ano masasabi mo sa performances nila Cadenza, Oreshi at Donut? Kasi nung nang-announce yung bagong roster, of course, ang daming mata sa mga bagong players. Masaya ka ba sa mga pinakita nila so far?
Sobrang saya ko po kasi nabigay yung expectation ko sa kanila. Tapos, wala po kasi silang naramdaman na pressure kahit konti. Kasi sanay na po sila sa mga tournament since nasa amateur pa lang sila. Kaya sobrang saya po namin kasi na-dominate nila yung game kahit na yung mga nag-look down sa kanila kasi nga amateur tapos kalaban daw po mga MPL team. Yun, napatunayan naman po nila yung mga sarili nila sa lahat po ng natalo na.
So matagal na sila experienced at sanay sa amateur tournament pero ngayon, NEXPLAY EVOS makakalaban nyo ang Blacklist International bilang isang coach. Gaano ba kahirap ba talaga paghandaan ang Blacklist?
Sobrang hirap din kalaban talaga ng Blacklist kasi pautahan talaga yun. Pautahan po talaga kasi sa lahat ng MPL team yung Blacklist na lang di pa namin nababawian eh. Lahat ng nalaglag namin ngayon hindi kami nanalo ng season 8. Tapos yun, Blacklist na lang po talaga yung hindi namin matala pero ngayon gagawin talaga namin yung best namin tsaka pag-iisipan po namin mabuti bago yung
Ang laban nyo sa Blacklist mamaya ay mangyayari ng 6 PM, no? So, wag naman natin tapusin ang interview na to ng pinag-uusapan ng kalaban nyo. Let's talk about you guys a little bit. Napapansin ko ngayon na suot nyo ang, I think, bago nyong jersey, no? Napakaganda ng bago nyong jersey for Season 9. Looking great, feeling great, of course. Tingin nyo ba entering MPL Philippines Season 9 after the SIBOL, hindi pa natatapos ang ating SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection? Would you take this tournament as, let's say, a learning experience or parang may pinatunayan lang ba kayo dito? Anong mensahe ang gusto nyong sabihin sa run nyo dito sa SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection?
Idol, kung medyo may nakuha kami dito sa SIBOL. Asahan niya namin marami pa kami gagawin sa FPL kasi hindi pa ito yung play namin. Marami pa kami. Ang dami po kami gawin players. So, kapaka niya rin po yung iba namin na hindi nagdaro ngayon. Kasi underage po yung iba so hindi sila pwede dito. Kaya sa MPL, mas gagalingan pa namin. Mapaikot yung roster. Mapaikot yung
Lots of exciting stuff from NXPE. So as a final thought for this interview, bago kayo mag-prepare, syempre may 2 oras na kayo para prepare. So hindi na namin kakainin pa ang oras nyo. Ano ang shoutouts nyo? Meron ba yung mga shoutouts sa mga pamilya nyo, sa mga kaibigan nyo, mga supporters? Magsimula muna tayo kay Coach Zico.
Shout sa family ko, babadaling mga nilalagay na nanood. Kay Sir Gab, kay Boss Ditra, sa Tiwala. Tapos, Tapay TV, tsaka kay Seska, yun. Tingin sa much support. Pati sa mga fans namin, tuloy nyo lang ang supportahan pati mga nasa Grand Finals. So yun, lahat nga pala sa supporters ng NEXPLAY Boss, thank you so much sa pag-suporta sa amin. And nabangan nyo yung laban namin mamaya, Grand Finals, 6 PM. Tsaka, shoutout nga pala kay Boss AJ, tsaka kay Boss Gab, tsaka kay Boss Dogs. Tsaka kay Boss Ola, kay Boss Marge, tsaka kay Boss Chat, kay Dale. Yan, thank you so much sa pag-alaga sa amin. Tsaka yun lang. Tsaka sa family ko, kay sa daddy ko, tsaka sa mama ko. Tsaka yun, tsaka sa girlfriend ko, kay hindi ka siya nakaka. Thank you so much sa pag-alaga sa akin nung masakit yung tiyan ko. Kaya yun, thank you so much.
Kinakabahan na ako H2 eh. Akala ko makakalimutan mo. Baka mamaya magkaroon pa ng away. Pero buti na lang, hindi na masakit ang iyong tiyan at mukhang okay na kayo dyan. Renmar, do you have any other last questions pa ba bago natin tapusin tong interview to at magpapaysa nila? Wala naman na o meron pa?
Super last, Coach Zico, ano mensahe mo kay Midnight? Lagi ko yung, nakita ko kayo, nagtitweet-tweet kayo sa isa't isa eh. May mensahe ka ba kay Midnight?
Midnight, sorry kung pang pito lang kami.
Asarang pa.
Yung nawala si Midnight, nakapag-finance kami, baka siya talaga yung malas.
Alam mo, sige. Iko-quote ka namin dyan, Zico, kasi pagka nagkita-kita kami, sa February 1, magkikita-kita kami, asa rin namin si Midnight, sabihin namin siya yung malas. Okay lang ba yun? Okay, sige. Maraming salamat. Ang NEXPLAY EVOS, may 2 hours kayo para mag-prepare for Blacklist International. Good luck and congratulations once again for securing your Grand Finals appearance in SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection. We hope for the best and excited na kami para sa best of 5 nyo mamaya. Thank you. Woo! Ayos yun Midnight, may bala na kami sa'yo.
Pero parang sabi lang din natin, of course, in reality, we know like sobrang close sila ni Coach Zico and grabe yung tandem nila ng MPL Season 8. They were able to bring NXPE to great heights working together. Pero alam mo, kung sundan nyo sila sa Twitter kasi si Coach Zico at si Midnight, nakakatawa yung mga friendly banter nila. Sobrang laugh trip. And it's good to see that the energy's still there. It's really fun to see. But yeah, for NXPE, a tough challenge will be ahead of them. This is not exactly the roster of the World Championship Blacklist International, pero this is still world-class level Blacklist International. At yung story nila parang parehas on the side of Blacklist, diba? Womi, they have their 3 veterans helping out their 2 rookies. Pero dito sa NXPE, it's the 3 rookies really helping take charge alongside the veterans on H2 and Hayes, Orenchi, Cadenza, Donut. Nakaka-surprising nga, Orenchi yung isa sa mga shot callers talaga ng NXPE, which is impressive for a rookie.
Super impressive for a rookie, nakakasabay, pero kakalabanin niya ang isang world-class shot caller mamaya in the name of Venus. So it's going to be a big challenge for NXT against Blacklist International entering the final stage of SIBOL 2022. Of course, SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection is powered by Smart, is organized by PESO. Sa mga di nakakaalam, ang PESO o Philippine Esports Organization ay ang National Sports Association para sa esports dito sa Pilipinas. Layunin ng PESO na palakihin at pasiglahin ang esports industry dito sa ating bansa. Sila ay isang non-stock, non-profit organization at binubuo ng mga esports industry big players katulad na lamang ng Tier 1, Gariot Concepts, Mineski Global, PNC, Brand Esports, at madami pang iba. Suportahan natin ang PESO sa kanilang mga adhikain. Para sa karagdagang impormasyon, maaari niyong bisitahin ang www.esports.com.ph o kaya ang kanilang Facebook fanpage, Philippine Esports Organization. SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection is powered by Smart. Experience the power of Smart 5G in over 4,900 sites and nationwide. Switch now to experience the difference. Visit smart.com/MNP to learn more. Muling lumakad matatag, #SIBOL powered by Smart, ang ating official hashtags for this tournament. Renmar, this is going to be a 2-hour break. Magkakaroon po tayo ng restream. Hihintayin nyo po yan. Mawawala yung stream na to. Huwag kayong kabahan dahil magkakaroon din tayo ng restream para sa ating Grand Finals na once again, 6 p.m. pa po mangyayari. This is to give time for NXPE to prepare. Renmar, what are your message to the viewers right now?
Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat sa pagsuporta dito sa SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection, sa mga sinusundan yung teams and yung sa mga iba na kahit iba yung sinusuportahan nila ng teams, nanonood pa rin sila, nagbibigay sila ng suporta. Again, kung sino man manalo dito sa between NEXPLAY, EVOS, and Blacklist International mamaya sa Grand Finals, very clear to say, just like everyone, very well deserved. Para sa bansa ang ginagawa nila dito, di lang para sa sarili, and for the chance to be part of the national team selection pool for the 2022 run of tournaments for Team SIBOL. Grabe. I wish all the players and the two teams the best.
Yeah. And Blacklist International, of course, very dominating journey towards the Grand Finals. Blacklist International, NXPE, on the other hand, ang sabi nila talagang lakad matatag all the way from the lower bracket, papunta, pabalik dito sa Grand Finals. That's been an interesting journey for them. Nagkaroon pa tayo ng mga aksidente and mga mishaps, but this is something that hindi naman natin ginusto lahat. But finally, we are here in the final stage. 6 p.m. mangyayari, Blacklist International versus NXPE. We're just waiting words from our director to check out what's next, kung titignan ba natin yung bracket o kakausap pa tayo ng mga Ayun, actually yan na, bumulong na si Direk sa amin. Ang ating stream ay magre-restart po magre-stream tayo at 6 p.m. Magsa-start ang laban between Blacklist and NXPE. So huwag kayo masyado kabahan kung mawala itong pinapanood nyo ngayon dahil for sure may babalik din. Make sure to share the stream paglabas ng bago na stream dahil maraming manonood nito, NXPE and Blacklist. Kahit ako na-excite na, actually after nito magbibihis na ako rin, Mar. Tapos kukuha na ako ng merienda ko, mag-aabang na ako ng 6 p.m. Ikaw ba? Anong balak mo mamaya pagka 6 p.m.?
Gutom na ako, man pa.
Ay, gutom ka na ba? Ako rin eh. Kakain na rin ako.
Gutom na ako eh. At excited na rin ako eh. Parehas lang sa'yo. Magpapalit ako, kain. Hintayin na lang, 6 p.m.
Saktong tweet pag ano mangyari. So, of course, abangan nyo na lang. SIBOL will be back by 6 p.m. Magkaka-restream po tayo. Make sure to share that stream once again. Muli kami ang yung naging casters for the first series of this day. My name is Theo Womi Ignacio at kasama ko naman dito si Renmar Reptar Santa Cruz at babalik ang SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection powered by Smart for the Grand Finals mamaya 6 p.m.